The question thus
You
becomes:
tried.
you tried your best, and to be fair, you did amazing for what it's worth. Just kind of walked in everywhere, took some names, and left. Which is fine if you're like one of those mysterious cowboy strangers, like the Arizona Ranger. But that's not what matters right now. Because now it's time to be more like that Seven Samurai thing. What's it called again? Oh my
It's
god.
actually called like that, Seven Samurai.
Where they fight off a whole bunch of bandits using nothing but their swords and wit. Only this time the
Or
village you're defending has a massive fortified wall, a small standing army, and the people that are attacking you are not just bandits, but also dragons and supernatural creatures and powerful clerics, so...
Yeah, so this is more like the invasion of the British against the samurai.
Yeah, this is more like the tomfoolery that Britain did in France. I'm
13 Assassins is a pretty similar one to that.
I'm surprised that France never launched a proper counteroffensive on British soil. So it was Britain who was
Well,
like rolled out there.
Well,
well,
it's
luckily we
France.
get to say no you because we too have a massive reptile. It's called Tiri. We have a fireball slinger, also called Tiri. A very talented religious personage. That's Amani. And then there's the rogue and the other one.
Did you just call him Armani?
Yes.
Mani. Armani. Money who is ours. But it.
Most fashionable bug around.
Why did someone put
Yes.
that lizard in boots?
There's
That is
my
Armani.
boot. Are you wearing the Chanel boots?
He's got little heels on the booties too. No. Go on, you can't do this to me. What is it?
They're such dumb lizards.
Hell yeah.
What I don't get is that their head is like such a distinct shape, but the rest of their body feels like it's supposed to belong to something else.
It's like the body is not rendered
That-
completely.
When they get up, it gets round. I had one.
Aw.
Also, the part that gets me about them is that they can't see flat surfaces very well, so they keep walking in the walls like dummies.
Yep.
Ah.
Especially glass.
Well, glass is a problem for a lot of animals because naturally transparent yet solid surfaces don't really exist in nature, but these guys will walk into flat painted walls because it assumes that's the sky.
The bottom part was like sanded, so he technically should have been able to see, but no, you just
Yeah,
walk into it anyways.
I think it's just that constant colors are interpreted as the sky. So it's a little, it's a little baby brain. It's like, I can just walk there. Also,
I'm flying, guys.
thing that gets me about these lizards is that their finger size direction goes the other way. Like the outer fingers are longer, which makes a lot of sense if you walk on branches because then your further fingers can wrap around. What's the? Yes, Coleman, we know that you really like the security monitor lizard. He's so big. Gosh.
His TV.
Como even has pictures of this thing drawn as like as an anthropomorph. With his boyfriend.
What is that even?
Man, those weird gnarly fingers. Point is, you kids better do your shopping. And do it fast.
Oh yeah.
Do it smooth.
I was
There.
jumping.
I did all mine. Upgraded
Can
my
I get a
gear,
waffle?
potions and stuff.
Can I?
Monastery got a big sword that's gonna arbitrarily swing in a direction.
Hell yeah. Mm. I'm looking at them potions of flying.
Marvelous.
Mutagens be made. Oh, whoa. Does the mindfog mist work on literally everybody in the area, or can we program it only for the baddies?
Wait, what's programming?
Mindfog. So do we just trust our aim to not hit and mindfog our allies, or
Mind fog. Let me look that one up and make a judgment.
this creates a mist of raw stupefied? So does math class. That might even
How many
confuse.
runes? Sorry.
Just
How many
like
runes
math.
can I
Just
put
like
on a
math.
single weapon?
You know, mind fog used to be a spell in first edition. It's like the most.
Ah,
Oh yeah, mind fog missed the bottle. Okay, cool. I thought it was a spell
Yeah.
because it used to be a spell. So my brain's like, oh, it's a spell. Which, by the way, I think gave you a -10 to will saves. It was pretty extreme.
damn.
Yeah.
You can put a number of runes on your stuff equal to the number
So the
upgrade,
potency
it's a
rune,
plus
yes.
2 or plus 1.
Yeah.
That's how many runes you can put on.
So let's see. Well,
Uh,
considering that you're in an external environment, most poisons that you try to create, like inhaling poisons, will disperse after like a round. So you just kind of wait a second, and then you have at 'em. Additionally, only spellcasters are affected by mind fog, and they shouldn't generally be in melee range if they want to still be casting spells.
Oh, this is true. This is true. Okay,
Also, it lasts 6 rounds at most, so even your fighters are like, oh man, that's. Although the confused part's probably the concern, ain't it? Because then I get to say who you attack. Or in the case of baddies, you get to decide. It's only fair. So, go ahead and make your purchases, set up your battle plans, negotiate tactics. It's going to be a long night. There's a good chance these guys are going to attack at night, because so far these guys have consistently displayed the ability to see in the dark.
Yes.
So they have a distinct advantage by attacking at night. And since they're the besiegers, they generally get to set the pace, since you already agreed not to do a sortie.
what are the prices? Oh, I see them.
Don't forget, that's a
They're-
25% discount on everything. The price list that I posted on the text channels are all including the 25% discount. Everything on the Archive of Nethys does not have that, so keep that in mind.
I'm looking for a +2 rapier.
Oh, well, the way you do that is, first, I'm going to look at your equipment. You already have a +1. Well, the application of runes is just like you slap a rune on. Let's take a look. See, it's a +1 striking. There is a cool table somewhere, if I can find it. I don't know why this isn't in the core rulebook, since this is exactly the kind of table that they clearly understood that someone's going to start asking questions about this. That's not the one I'm looking for. No? Where is this? I know that there's a table that's like, okay, if you want to go from X rune to Y rune, you need to spend X money.
No, I was thinking of getting another rapier.
Oh, you want another rapier?
Because I have my. No, wait, give me a second.
If you want to remove
I
ghost
have-
touch, you can do that.
Yeah, but I want to put 2 runes on that rapier.
So let me put it like this. You can make your current rapier, that ghost touch you have, you can make it +2, and then you can add another property rune. Like, if you make a +2, it adds another slot for property runes, automatically.
Okay.
If you really want to, you can have a runestone slammed against your weapon until it sucks up the ghost rune, and then you can sell that one off.
Oh,
That also
nice.
makes sense. Because I want to put shock and corrosive runes on the rapier. And since I have doubling rings, it will double on the other rapier as well. So I can do it with both hands and it will keep doing both.
There are some things that I need to do real fast, because doubling rings have limitations. Here we go. Doubling rings. Scratching my head. Here we go. The weapon's fundamental property runes. So the corrosive and all would not be copied over. For that, you need the greater doubling rings. Those copy all runes. All of its runes are suppressed. When you invest in the rings, you can transfer only property runes. In this case. What? Oh yeah. So if you buy the greater doubling rings, then you can copy property runes. But yeah, you're gonna have to get a version, because the one you have right now can only copy like the fundamentals, which are the striking and the +1.
Yeah. Can I upgrade them as well without bankrupting us?
Well, the doubling rings, the greater version, are 1,300.
Ooh.
But with the discount applied, they are only 975.
How much money do you have left?
Just take a look at
Oh.
your bank account and ask real nicely.
Oh,
we have
do.
6,000 left.
I think we'll be fine.
And
Yeah,
each
I used
rune is like 300, so that's 600 more, so that's 1,200. And
For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to convert all your currency straight to gold. So it's an extra 1,000 gold from all that platinum. Oh, I can't remove it in the same breath? Okay, cool. I'll just delete it. Delete this. An extra 292 gold from the silver that you have. And you got 5 silver left. And an extra 38 from your copper. So there you go. That's the actual amount of money that you have in raw, cold hard cash.
Yes.
One frost rune for Eevee's vanilla dagger. Okay, let's take a look at
Yeah.
Eevee's equipment so that we can make sure that all these things are applied properly and smartly.
Yeah.
Quick thing
Yes,
to note,
yes.
by the way, this is important. And this is kind of funny because the
Mhm.
property rune table. If there are two ways to figure out what kind of weapons thing cost, and this just shows that even the people at Pathfinder were kind of confused at some point. So there's this. I'm just going to post them. This is the basic weapon section. This tells you if you want to buy a +2 striking weapon, it costs you 1,000 gold, and you get a +2 striking weapon. This table
Mhm.
tells you all about the runes, and a +2. Look at these numbers and tell me that. So let me just
Heck?
let me just explain something real fun about this. If you want to upgrade from the 35 to if you have a +1 striking weapon, you oh man, it's so weird because the +2 rune costs 935. Technically, it just costs 900, but it includes the +1 potency. It's stupid. It's dumb, and I hate it. And I just want to slap my hands their direction, going, why'd you make it so tough? Oh, here's the table that I was thinking of.
Yeah, this is all like
Unnecessarily
just an
complicated.
invention. Yeah, that too.
Welcome to 2E.
Like
No, no. This is just unnecessarily complicated. Period.
I mean, it's nice to have options, but also, what the heck, y'all?
They have
But
like
yeah, so
3 different tables explaining one concept. Something went wrong. All right, let's take a look at those daggers. You got your +1 striking ghost dagger.
yeah,
I mean,
and
you're
I have
probably
a
not going to be
vanilla
fighting
one.
ghosts anytime soon, so.
Yeah, that's why I want to remove
True.
Ghost Touch.
Cool.
Yeah, true. So if I can add the frost rune to the ghost touch one, that's already stronger, then yeehaw. If not, then like I don't know how it works. That's why I'm leaving options.
Yeah. I'm taking a look. I'm taking a
But yeah.
look to make sure everything works. Okay, +2 greater
Okay.
striking composite longbow. Well, it's already that. So let me
Yeah,
just.
I already have it. So would a frost rune change something about it, or would it just like
A frost rune adds a
cancel
frost rune.
out?
Frost rune adds frost.
Okay.
Property runes are like
Okay.
stapled on top of whatever's already going on, which is not a bad one.
Okay.
Here we go. Let me
Okay.
just. So here's how it works. There we go. And add it. It's really nice. Like I love that there's drop down menus and it implements them automatically. Downside is it's very hard to make completely custom attacks, as I discovered with Como yesterday, trying to figure out how to get certain spells working right.
Love
Ghost
that for you.
touch. Okay, we got the weapon. Here, and then we're just gonna add frost. Boom. Your dagger.
Yeehaw.
Your dagger is now a dagger.
Dagger.
But we're gonna give it. Please give your dagger a snappy name because +2 striking frost dagger just doesn't roll off the tongue. I mean, you're allowed to give it a snappy name if you want to.
Oh, I shall. Don't you worry. Figure it out.
You know, back in the day, there were just +2 longswords, and we were happy.
I mean, there's Elsa, but that's a bit.
2 potions of flying. I mean, that's easy enough. Just gotta go into the compendium and throw them on. Slide them in your pockets. I personally like the mental image of there just being this small campground with hundreds of a bunch of merchants who have like been held up and are just throwing money at everyone who's nervous about things, including rich people buying enhancements for their buildings. A little extra oomph for their guard. Where did I put that? It dropped in your inventory and it just went away. Where'd it go?
Oh, whoa.
There it is. I found it. Yep. There we go. Oh my god, this is, gosh. Why do people have little hoodies for lizards that say security? And how is he so comfy sitting on that stone pole, being like, I'm here? Such little dummies. Upside of scrolls, you can buy lots of them. Downside of scrolls, you have to take an action to take them out, and you'll probably have a backpack just exploding with paper. More paper than an accountant.
I'm an accountant. You work at a place where accountants work?
Actually, sort of. I once did, at least.
I think
There,
accountants work.
like
in
I
a lot
once
of
was at a
places.
place where there was paper wall to wall. Even in this, like I'm talking like a couple of years ago, like not even that long ago. I was in a place where just paper wall to wall. It's impressive. Okay, so let's look at Rock's weapons. Get those sorted out. He wanted to get a +2 greater striking, was it?
Yes.
With frost and corrosive.
I'm in that one right now. I think it did it. No, with corrosive and shock.
Corrosive and shock. What an interesting combination.
I'm so sorry, I already did it on the other one. That just says rapier.
Oh, you already made one that did. Oh, cool. Well, you
Just
gotta
check if it did everything
you
correctly.
gotta change the name yourself by hand, good sir.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I was thinking of a name.
Give it a slapping one that makes you go, that's slapping.
Oh, I think it makes you shock. Makes you shock. Wow, I can't speak today. Never mind.
Get him right in the ribs. Right in the ribs. I still can't get over the fact you have 20 in reflex saves. Jesus. Poor Thierry looking at his at his like 24-ish spell DC. Although to be fair, it is a 50-50 shot on those forts and wills. So you really shouldn't be shooting your spells at your friends anyway.
So,
Exactly.
can you please count this down for me? So it's a rapier. Those 2 runes, 3 runes. So I can 2
Mhm.
as well. And if I have some left over, so I don't steal too much money from the people, can I get like a box of poison? Is there like you can wholesale buy a box of poison of different types, just like a poisoner's something?
No.
Get a slab.
Well,
Shopkeep, I need everything you keep under your sink.
Just dump it all in this big vat, and I'll grab a cup.
Put it in one bucket, yeah. Shake.
Give me a
but
barrel.
not
Just
stir.
dip my sword in between
well,
taps.
healing potions sometimes come in those cute little kits, where it's like 4 weak ones around the perimeter and one big one in the center. Poisons don't work that way because not everyone wants to use poison. Most people hurt themselves with poison.
I need a poison that will kill a man. All right, here you go, but
What?
don't
Unlike
tell anyone that you bought it here. Trust me, I won't.
drinks it like a shot glass.
This is fucking great. It's fucking great.
Post it. Let them see.
Oh my god, fine.
Hunger oil. Oh, in that sense.
There you go.
Well, under the effect of hunger oil, you only regain half as many hit points from healing effects unless you've eaten at least a mouthful of humanoid flesh in the last minute.
Ooh.
Gross.
Oh,
If you
sweet
and
Jesus.
it makes you enfeebled, unless you all. Oh Jesus. So hey,
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I'm surprised this poison doesn't have the trait of being evil.
It is. It very much is.
Do you know what's
What?
funny?
Yeah?
In this setting,
Joke.
I'm fairly
In the
sure there are
setting?
no humans, unless there are. Unless I'm thinking of something else.
No, they're all gone.
Depends on what you classify as a humanoid. Technically, like
Anything
No,
with a
all of
it-
us
humanoid
are
trait.
Did it say
Yeah.
humanoid or human?
Humanoid.
humanoid.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what makes it so flagged up.
Special order.
Tapping my nose. Like,
Well,
yeah.
that just puts everybody on the menu.
Daylight vapor is a poison.
What does daylight vapor do?
Probably
This
a
heavier
thread
than
of pipe
air
or something.
mist emits a soft glow. With its poison lasts that causes the victim to shine from within with an agonizing brilliant radiance.
Oh, that sounds good.
Wow. While you're affected by this poison, entering darkness, the poison tries to counteract it. I'm
That's
I'm
amazing.
radioactive. That can't be good.
In my pants. In my wallet.
Death knell powder. Nice. Now that's some oofy poison.
What's a black lotus? Do we have belladonna here?
Oh my god, I fucking love
We'll
this.
have Bell here.
Death knell poison works like the death knell spell. Once a person dies, the person if you die, a random creature adjacent to you is bolstered by a departed life energy. Gains a +1 to attack and damage rolls for 10 minutes and 20 temporary hit points. I love these poisons. It's like, hey, throw a spell in there. It'll probably work out, right? Black Lotus is a type of plant, if I recall correctly. Black Lotus extract. Fortitude DC 42. Onset 1 minute. It's a contact poison, so you gotta rub it on their skin. At stage 3, does 20 d6 poison damage and makes you drain too, so good luck getting out of that one. Drained lowers
Wait,
your
if you're
force
rubbing
saves.
it onto someone, wouldn't you get yourself poisoned as well?
That's why contact poisons are hard to apply. Suzanne.
Ooh, what's Nerve Blast? Shaken for an hour. I need pure damage poisons. This is...
Frenzy
I didn't-
oils.
I can take drugs?
No,
Will
no,
that give me-
no. Frenzy oil gives people mental damage and causes it to attack nearby creatures as if confused, and also makes them a little tired, a little tuckered out.
Ooh,
A little bit sleepy.
Just want a little snooze, man. Just a little snooze.
oh my god, the price in this one. Jackaloot Essence. Uncontrollable laughter. Very hideous laughter.
What kind of essence? Oh. Oh my god. Fucking shark. Come on, why are you posting this when we're having a game?
Because I'm waiting.
I shouldn't have licked it. Well, to be fair, maybe that was the point, to show him just how scary the poison is by killing himself in the process.
Yeah, hold on. Let me show you a video about that. Unless it's already there. Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
My dudes, are runes only for like weapons, or could you
They're-
smack a rune of frozen on a rope?
On a rope?
Tie up your dragon.
I don't think that will provide any additional benefit, unfortunately.
You can put them on armor, though.
There are runes you can put on armor, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
recommend getting a resilient one because that just gives you +1 on all of your saves. It's kind of really good.
There aren't a lot that are super exciting. There's like a lot of them are just, hey, you want to be a sneaky rogue, like Slick, Shadow, Glamoured, and then there's Ready, which lets you slide into things. You know, for those armor equipment rules that come up all the time in everyone's games, to the point that we should still have them with this much attention given to them. Ugh.
how much for the cockatrice spit? That's the
Cockatrice
thing
spit.
I didn't think I would have to say, but how much for the cockatrice spit?
How much we're getting spat in the face? Why can't I find this? Let's take a look. See.
Oh, it's also that kind of sounds sexual.
Are you on the wrong page? Because cockatrice spit does show up here, but I can't seem to find it on the
I'm in
cockatrice.
Memphis. It says
Can you copy the page?
I might be on the wrong page. No, I'm the first edition. Whoops,
Exactly.
my bad.
I'm surprised that the DC being 12 didn't tip you off.
It kind of did, but I was like, oh, it would petrify the enemy. So like maybe it's balanced that way.
Yeah, it's never gonna hit anyone, but also 1d2 dex damage. Oof.
And that's why I asked just to keep this brief. Is there like a box? But which one was the most useful I used so far? The most useful one I had was the blue one. What's the blue one? What's the name of the blue one?
If you're going to buy poisons, you are buying things that are under the table, which means, for one, you might not get that discount. And two, there's availability problems.
Do they have any vermin poison?
Vermin poison,
Vermin. Vermin?
wyvern,
Dragon with
wyvern.
4 limbs. Dragon with 4 limbs.
Well, that's probably easy enough to come by because that's just naturally extracted out of a large creature. You know, people like you keep stripping animals for parts, so.
Whatever works.
Fear weed. It's like the opposite of normal weed.
Weed.
Cultivated by mashing and fermenting toxic weeds found in lonely graveyards. It's infused with psychic horror. So it's anti-weed, basically. Can I have a little resilience boost? Just a little one. Just a small. Let's take a look. See at Evie. Your current equipment is a +1 leather armor that could use an extra slapping. What does it take to slap up that armor? I had a page open that had all that information nice and available. Here we go. Going from +1 armor to +1 resilient is 340 gold pieces.
Yeehaw.
Just take it out of money. Just be nice and creative. Just tear it out. Don't tell anyone. Bada boom, bada bing.
How many?
304. Wait, excuse me. I forgot the discount. 340 times 255.
255. Removed the coin.
Hey,
Yeehaw.
and for an extra 675, you can get it made into a +2 armor. Ooh.
I mean, heck yes. Yes, please. We still have enough for everybody, right?
Probably. There's a lot of money
Yeah, we
left.
have-
And keeping the healer alive is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be afraid
600?
to
Yeah.
take some stuff. I've already taken my fair share, so
Excellent.
And it's going to
Yes.
pay off because Jesus Monastery, who needs 31 armor class?
33.
The tank.
Your shield has 208 hit points, my good sir. It has enough for the whole party.
Wait, your
Right.
shield has more hit points than me.
It has more hit points
Has
than
more-
Monastery.
I love that for you.
If
That's
Monastery
it.
gets hit by an atomic bomb, his shield will just lie there in a pile of ash. It's like slightly dented.
The the shield will be like, what? Like it's hard. So this was 650 to remove? Or
Let's take a. Oh, it was 675.
675. Removage implemented.
Marvelous.
Hell yeah.
Taking a look at things and thinking about things.
Also, is the coldness supposed to show on the colded weapons?
Let's take a look. See if we give it a rigmarole.
I
Polaris,
open-
handsome. Here we go. Yep. If you open up the
Okey-doke.
click the damage numbers, it actually shows you that cold in a blue section. I like that a lot.
Excellent. Thank you.
Look at a rock softer with this extremely extra critical.
Extremely extra, yes. Do they have a purple worm venom?
Purple worm.
where
It's like a super expensive one, but I think it could be useful.
Could be very useful. Let me have a look see with the D100. Nope.
Is it freshly out, right?
Freshly out, unfortunately.
Okay, I took 10 vermin poison. Do they have enough for that? Is it common?
Apparently, they ran out after the first dose. They just had one available.
Okay, I took one then.
I was going with 90% availability on that one, so impressively, you failed on the first roll.
Okay, then I'm just gonna add up all the shit I bought and remove the money.
Wah wah. Poisons. Why do they not organize poisons by the kind you want to use in combat and the kind you don't? It seems like the obvious distinction to make there, Paizo. You know, for the poisoner subclass. Go on, want to do something in combat? Hit people on the head with some sticky goo.
Wait, where did I buy the Vial of Wonder?
That was like some garbage, some dude had lying in his office, if I remember correctly. You found that in Drellin's Ferry.
Yeah, they're not fair.
Drone's fairy's what alchemist, enchanter, something? She just had a bucket of slop, and we decided to bottle that and use it as a
Yeah, I was
weapon.
thinking, what if we dig a hole and just pour that in? But it's the wrong town, so never mind. As they
Close
fall
enough.
in, stuff starts happening.
Honestly, like entering that lady's building probably took more lives than the actual defense of Drone's fairy.
Security is great, or is it?
Okay, so we said the runes and the doubling rings would be 1200. 1200. Fervent poison is like 80, so it's round it up.
Why is that cat in the fridge?
Because it's a loaf.
'Cause you'd be
You have to
chilling.
chill your dough. You gotta chill your dough, especially for pies, crumbles, and puff
Okay.
pastries.
I paid for my stuff. I don't know what else to buy.
Yeah.
Just cat's just sitting there in his butt.
It's just sitting,
His big old sad eyes.
just thinking about life.
He's having a sit. Giving off strong man energies. Maybe not like me Angie, but let's see if I can find it. Oh my god, all these fucking pictures. Man.
So when I would roll with the replicate hand, I would just roll again with the first one.
If you're using a rapier, yes.
Okay. I might steal this. I'm gonna steal this white cat. Whoever posted it.
Timothy Apostle of Flames. I can't believe I accidentally escalated it. Trolley problem. The other person. You've solved the trolley problem. You've killed the person responsible for tying other people to the tracks. It's finally over! So the train. Or so the trolleys.
Sounds like a Hitman level.
They call him the trolley murderer. Except in the UK, it doesn't quite land because people call shopping carts trolleys. So it's like, what's so bad about getting run over by a trolley?
What's problematic about trolleys?
I mean, it'd hurt a bit.
What I really like about the two cats I just posted is you can see the whites of their eyes. And it adds so much sass.
Attack lobster. Oh,
Sneep, sneep.
Whoever made the attempt to break into the house last night, Krusty would love to play with you again sometimes. Such a good boy. We knitted him a sweater for his jungle done so he can finally play outside. Holy shit. Did someone...
Krusty Krab.
Did he lose his finger or something? What the fuck happened?
Mm-hmm.
He got sneep.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I don't think anyone would ever see that one coming.
No, they didn't lose a finger. The finger got taken.
The
Confiscated.
finger was never lost. I already knew where it was.
It's tax.
Snip, snip, motherfucker.
Right, so is a 5 foot burst, just like 1 square, basically.
A 5-foot burst is, well, it describes the radius, I think, not the diameter. So it's actually like a 10 by 10 square.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
okay,
I think I
that's
put
not
my
gonna-
armor as
Oh
well.
god, okay. I know what I'm taking then.
What are you
Is there a
taking?
bit of-
I have basically loaded up on scrolls and because I'm guessing we're fighting outdoors, so I've
Presumably.
just taken a lot of storms.
A lot of storms.
Yeah, I have lightning storm, acid storm, and 2 ice storms.
Lightning storm. Acid storm. Holy shit.
And because I'm outside, I can create they are doubly effective.
Ooh.
It feels like loading up with grenades because it's got a bandolier full of scrolls.
Gosh, the only downside is that you essentially create two by two squares. Good for cutting off bottlenecks, I guess. Because you can radius
Money,
sustain
like a-
action to call down and pew.
Mani breaking the seal on a scroll with her teeth and just yeeting it at people.
Just flutters harmlessly like a meter in front of me because it's made of paper.
Yes.
Tinking gives
It
me
was less
Funny.
impactful than I thought it was going to be.
Aggressively fold them into paper planes.
And it hits someone and immediately casts the spell.
What the fuck, Homo? Meeting an exciting girlfriend at the mental health center. Oh no. I lied, there is no Netflix. Acid storm creates a 1 minute massive cloud of oof. Ginger. Oh no. Why is it called ginger? Ginger root doesn't look red to me. Root wiki. Let's have a look. See, maybe the plant's red. No.
Yeah. Plants orange. Well, beige.
Apparently,
It's
sometimes
kind
it
of an
can be
orange
red.
colour.
Hmm.
It's kind of like orangey,
Yeah.
Stuff your face.
Kind of close to like what?
So how's everyone doing in terms of buying things?
Does anyone carry this?
Kumst. Ooh. Well, I can whip them out, but
Daredevil
also,
boots.
what degree of healing is my elixir of life?
What kind of elixir of life are you using is the real question in that case.
Lesser.
You can
I
always
just-
buy a formula for a better one.
A whoa? I can do that,
Yes.
bro.
Oops, I posted that too many times. I got the boots of
Oh,
bounding just to
hell
get some
yeah.
extra speed.
Where's the formula?
Also, I can
Yes, please.
Yum!
Let's get the juicy, like the better kind of shots. I think we're
Actually,
gonna need them.
Here we go. Rules. Formula.
I'm pretty
Formulas
sure
and
it's
instructions for
that.
making items with the craft activity. Blah 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 blah. It's basically spellbook. Formula costs for items at levels. Boo boo doo boo doo. Here we go. Part to accept guy finds a cartoon sexy than he was. Ah, now that's what we. That's a burn. Ooh, ooh. Let's take a look. See, so you can still only use your reagents for elixirs that are your level or lower. So you can't make
Mhm.
moderates. Also, I think you get 2 formulas per level too. Like you learn to as you go along.
Mm-hmm.
So here you go. Each time you gain level, you add formulas for 2 common chemical items to the book. There we go.
Oh shit.
You learn these formulas automatically, but it's also possible to find or buy additional formulas and settlements from other alchemists, or even invent them with the inventor feat, which requires mastering crafting. Let's just throw some things into a pot, go abracadabra. I invented something neat. Wowie zowie.
God, this entire site just runs in circles.
Next level, you'll get the moderate elixir of life, which is 5d6 plus 12. Ooh, exciting.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Uh,
I like that with
Weird.
these boots and my feet, I can jump 11 feet straight up in the air.
Marty,
Just-
why?
Boing!
Marty, what the hell?
He's a cock.
Oh my
He's a grasshopper. Boop.
I don't see that ever being useful, but I just find it funny. Mostly got the boots for the speed increase.
Well, you're also
'cause they were
pretty tall,
cheap.
so you could scale like 15 feet walls without any hassle.
Apparently,
Honestly.
you can jump higher if you use the athletics. But, just being able to do that for free is funny.
I love how the shoes also can grab ledges for you.
Do the shoes have thumbs?
No, it just says that the boots somehow provide grip to avoid a fall. So
They are like the socks with fingers. You can grab with your fingers. With your
That
toes. I'm sorry, with your toes.
that definitely sounds like there's thumbs involved.
You just
So can
flip
I-
upside down and then hook your feet over the top and then spin upwards.
Can I
It's
take
really
the Daredevil
menacing.
boots?
I mean, if you want, no one's gonna stop you.
Can I take the Daredevil boots? I think there was enough buffing for me for today.
come on, look at this. Looks a little plant baby. He's so angy.
Angie. Little.
So I need to let you barbarian.
Oh man, oh that cranky boy. It's like, violence.
Oh. Oh. Why should barbarian actually sound?
That reminds me of a Pokemon.
Reminds me more of a Digimon, honestly.
Oh yeah, true, it is a Digimon. There we go.
Origin story. You're a succulent who got tired of being overwatered and you went ahead to forge your own destiny.
There we go. Thank you, Dizzy. Should I equip my Rakshasa Katar just in case I need to kill myself?
But what do you want to buy?
No, I have it already. The Rakshasa Katar, things they use to kill themselves in great situations.
Handsome.
I can
What
help you with
pos-
that.
Yeah, what possible situation would that come up in?
It literally says
We know.
Rakshasa's Katar is made of gold, silver. Oh, where'd it go? It
We
disappeared from the
know.
weapons.
No
Never mind.
doubt.
Doesn't have
It's
any-
because you don't have it equipped. That's why.
Ah, there it is.
It's still in your
Uh,
inventory, good sir.
It's meant to be a sign of status, family, and tool to preserve honor by suicide, if they ever fall into the hands of fiends or celestials.
Hmm.
As I just mentioned, I don't think you can make moderate elixirs of life because they're level
Mhm.
9, and I don't think you can create items higher. Let's see. It's advanced alchemy. During the preparations, blah blah blah. Need to look up the term level shit. Your advanced alchemy level is equal to your level. For each bash, you can create an alchemical item of your level or lower. So you can't make level 9 items. That's gotta get to the next level. Then you can just crank them out. Heck, you can even level up, then take that formula as your level up bonus, and then bam. So no need to spend
Cool,
money.
cool.
Mid-fight, you
Okey-doke.
suddenly realize, I can make really good juice.
I can make a really spicy meatball.
Yeah,
Look
when you realize you can just make mocktails at home. You don't even need to go anywhere.
Why does the cactus
Son-
wear gloves? Isn't it more painful if he didn't? Oh, poor lizard.
Tokyo Drift.
He's got the neumies, but he's not going anywhere.
Oh, this is so sad because there is such a satisfying crunch when they do crunch on a bug.
Oh my
Look.
Jesus.
The poor guy.
I need to get the
Wiggle,
sound
wiggle.
effect.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
That slapping
Oh
sound
god.
that cartoons
baby.
use. And a barbarian running past Sana. Yeah! Oh my god, the poor boy looking at the ball. The cat toy thing. He's pretty good at following it, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think lizards are like really good at seeing motion. They're just not very good at seeing things that stand still.
Oh my god.
I have a picture that
Ah.
encapsulates that very philosophy perfectly. Let me see if
Is
I
it
can find
Jurassic
it.
Park?
No, it's a ferret.
It's always a ferret.
Close enough.
It's like a ferret's just like squinting, like, what the? Here we go. I found it. Wrong place.
He's suspicious.
It's like,
Or he's shifty, I'm not
move,
sure.
move so I can tell if you're alive.
He evil plan.
No, I mean, like he's squinting because he can't see things that aren't in motion. Ferret vision is garbage.
Well, if you move your head side to side, they will be in motion.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and spoil that dog. Get a load of that dog. Get a load of that dog.
Look at all these chickens.
Look at all these chickens. That poor girl.
I think I'm all stocked up.
Argus, what about you? How's your stocking up going?
I've been stocked up since yesterday.
Yep,
Yep.
me too.
Well, then
Hell yeah.
whatever's left in the bag is gonna be used to pay for your funeral, I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, let's go.
We're gonna have the good cushions.
What I before we start, I do want to say why are foxes like this? Makes silly noises. Oh my god, is that a tiny hat?
It's just a regular sized hat, but a really big boy.
A baby.
Sounds thrilling. Tell me about this going to class thing. Getting attacked by carnivorous plants.
You know, it's all fun and games until you hear a fox in the middle of the night screaming bloody murder outside.
But I have my favorite stick with me and I'm coming to the rescue. There's no better way to cheer up a human. Anyway, you spent a whole bunch of time exhaustively dealing with merchants.
Gross.
And the days go by. Final preparations are made. You get a few good swings with your arms in to be nice and ready. Until eventually, the town grows barren. Even the merchants take their leave, having sold the wares they wanted to and wanting to get a safe distance away. Everyone sets off to the east of Donavar, away from where the army is marching. An eerie quiet befalls the town as the streets are mostly empty, other than the barricades that are set up and the small outposts and arrow stocking stations that are around the place, allowing for the soldiers to move around and retreat without losing too much in terms of their supplies and resources. On the downside, also means that the enemy gets some degree of momentum. Like, tired of going apeshit? He's not be nice. It's the opposite. Good job. Thanks for interrupting Como. Towards the final few days,
I found it.
what did you
looking for the
find?
folders.
And why is it so important
The-
that it interrupts
The image
this?
that you asked
Oh, there we go.
for.
Still so silly. Why does that shirt exist for lizards?
It's just a baby or a dog shirt, and they just put it on the lizard.
Wasn't it actually like the other one was bigger or something?
Say again?
Wasn't it actually like that the security was actually smaller? Or something?
I think it's just a sweater, and then they just kind of downsized it or something.
No, I mean,
And then they put the thing on.
never mind. Come on, never mind. Never mind. As the days seem to grow longer and longer, with how little there is to do, how few people there are to talk to, and the atmosphere grows tense, eventually the distant sounds of an approaching horde becomes apparent. For when thousands of men move across the soil in a war band, sounding their drums, letting out war cries, they become a cacophony, like an enormous storm that looms the horizon. The trees surrounding Brindle would mask their approach for as long as one cannot see the dragons in the skies, and when those become apparent, there is no denying the truth. The situation is about to get very desperate. As agreed upon, you decided to set up shop on the walls instead of fighting them in open conflict to protect the property, as it were. This seems to have brought you some purchase. After all, the open fields against a significantly larger army would be a great way to lose lots of people very quickly, end up on the back foot. I need to look up one part. I need to know the army size and all. Keep track of those things. Okay. Cool. I got acid. Great. Great time to deal with that. Huh. Didn't know that. The day has come. Though you hear the army outside, they do not strike during the day, leaving many of the men tense, worried, wondering. Anticipation can tear a man apart as the stress only mounts from every passing minute. And it is only 2 hours after sunset that you are suddenly requested for assistance. Considering that there was the anticipation that they would probably attack during the night, you were given your telepathic communication briefly before the sunset. So it's still online because it lasts like 8 hours. It'll last the whole night. You'll get a fresh casting when it's necessary. Man, don't know why, but I got that that feeling like you got a cough, but there's nothing in there. It's just like this weird tickly feeling, this very light pressure. Ugh. There we go. I just want to look at something here. Here we go. Ah. Lord Yarmouth suddenly contacts you. The lizard over the communications informs you that the walls are currently under attack by a battery of hail giants. 2 to be specific. He's already sent out some of his men to take care of one of the groups, but he needs to make sure that as many people on the walls as possible. And since you are technically the dispatch group to be sent out in the middle of nowhere, he requests that you take care of the ones that are, that he isn't going to be able to take care of.
Yes.
Very fair.
The hill
Good
giants
job.
are on a low hill, a few hundred feet south of the southern gate, away from most of the army. So you won't be running into like the thousands of hobgoblins that make up the situation. Additionally, they stand far enough apart from one another that, well, initially there was this idea of let's just throw a fireball over there. Wouldn't really work. It'd be very ineffective to hit them one at a time with those, even if they're distracted with their boulders.
Yeah.
There goes my strategy.
As the night settles in, I would like to point out that at this point, how to describe this? It's shadowy moonlight. Like there's only the moon and starlight, and while they are bright, it's not great.
It's hard to make out details and stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of dealing with a contentious situation.
I can see in the dark, so I'm fine.
You move your little heinies over through the southern countryside, abandoned farmsteads, some of which have been looted by scouts and vanguards who have taken a peek ahead. But no one is there to put up a proper fight, because these guys are planning to fight the walls. You're a minor distraction at most. Eventually, you make your way to a dark little old corner. Okay, Tiri, when I click your token and I hover over the right section, I get so much. Gosh, you have many spells. Ooh. Your quick bar is just full of them.
Yes.
Gotta keep
The
'em
giants seem
loaded.
completely disinterested in your arriving presence. They seem too focused on throwing giant boulders towards the wall, slowly but surely just removing stones and making an ever bigger hole. At this rate, it won't take long for them to get through. They seem to mostly be
Well-
aiming at the torches that are on the walls, so...
So there's 4 giants.
I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna kick some ass.
Argus is gonna go and,
Guns ablazing.
Yes,
Did
they've
we
lost
do
their
any-
kneecap privileges.
Activate butt kicking mode.
Weird. Okay, there we go. I can click and drag the effect section onto your character and it applies it. That's neat. Don't forget to remove it when it's done.
Thank you.
You arrive on site. The hill giants are ready to fight you. Are you ready to fight them? Is the real question. Again, they
Hell
don't
yeah.
seem to care about your presence right now. They're too busy pelting the walls. So, let's put up those situationals and see where it goes. Roll your thing. Roll your
I'm
thing.
so sorry. Give me.
Ha.
It's not stealth, it's perception. And
Damn.
Monastery.
Try, bud.
That's me.
Do something.
It's me.
So, which ones were the ones we were meant to take care of? The ones in the back?
Oh, all of them. They're all throwing rocks, but they're
Oh,
like standing spread
okay.
apart so that they have clean angles.
I thought you mentioned earlier that they were taking care of some.
No, there's another group, but that's like way away from here.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Alright. So, that's. Relatively. You can get there in 2 movement. Do I want to get there in 2 movement?
As always, we have mutagen shots on offer.
I think it's better if I were to close the distance slightly. Get to there. Oops. Swap to the right thing. I can get to here. Activate my, well, at least try to activate my stance. Yeah. And then
You did it.
You did, didn't
Cool.
you?
pull my shield up and basically bang on it and try to get their attention.
That's critical success, by the way.
Oh, heck yeah. 20 foot. It's quite a bit.
I honestly don't know how to feel about the formatting of this because the success is like as critical success, but your aura size doesn't increase. It feels such a weird way to frame order of operations.
Yeah, you'd think you'd put what it does in the success and then have the better version in critical success.
Yeah. But you know, I guess that's not the reading order. Jerry,
Yeah.
On a side note, I forgot again that this thing exists, and I'm not entirely sure there is a range.
I think if the intimidation is like 30 feet. Otherwise, you're too far away from the really care.
They just look like there's some dumbass just screaming
Uh,
in the distance. That's great.
Terry, the fine giants keep throwing their boulders. They don't care about you yet.
Should we try
Yet.
and like focus them down one at a time, or
Yes.
yeah,
No,
definitely.
your past tactic has worked out so well. Like you've won all of them, so clearly it's working.
Don't split up.
oh well,
I mean, honestly,
know-
if they start throwing, if the other ones notice us and start throwing at us, I don't think we're gonna do
Use the
very
other one
well.
as cover.
yeah. Do you want me to stash? Are we going to wait to get to position, or should I start blasting?
Well, if you start blasting it, we'll just get their attention, which is kind of what we want. Kind of want them to come towards me.
The more the walls spare, the better.
Yeah. Okay. Sudden bolt, the one that's the monastery's nearest to.
Well, guess what? This guy doesn't have a good reflex saving throw, so there you go.
Nice.
Yay.
For once, people aren't good at what they do. As he raises his arm, an electric current shoots down his raised arm through his leg. And as he takes a big ouchie, he decides to divert some of his attention to you, good sir. I'm gonna need to look something up because there is a slight discrepancy in numbers, and I need to make sure that I know when this guy decides to divert his attention to you. Burp. Gosh darn. I always get gaseous during the most vital of moments. Which is not to say that the gas is advantageous or anything. I mean, you know what I mean. Okay,
Why
here
can't
we
you
go.
get gassy when you want to be gassy?
Yeah, it's like half. Okay, cool. Argus,
Yes.
despite the fact that your friend just electrocuted him, they seem to stay focused on their job, which is throwing the boulders for now.
Weird. Wouldn't be for long. I'm going over here. I'm going to try to trip this idiot.
I mean, I know that you all grew up on a modern sense of individualism, but a lot of people back in the day, they might have had a little bit more dedication to the job. Argus is fast. He's got the newmies.
Yes, exactly.
Big steppies.
So now I'm contemplating. Oh, this particular thing doesn't give me.
This
any
took you through
bonuses
actions,
to
right?
athletic. That took me 2 actions. Yes, that because that's
Oh.
55 feet basically.
Okay. Okie
And I'm
dokie.
gonna aim for the knees.
Get
Let's
him
do
right in
this.
the... Yeah. Ooh, that's a crit.
And they're slowed, I think, if they fail on the fortitude.
Kabam. They have to make a DC 24.
Yes.
The icy chill works on them.
Oh, it's not the ice specific, it's the critical effect. Would that be separate?
I'm gonna... Yes, they're separate. They work separately in all ways, good sir.
In that case, they need to roll twice?
I'm gonna pull something up. I'm gonna tell you exactly how this works. Okay, brawling. You get access to the critical effect because of your fancy
Feet.
yeah weapon property runes. Okay, so Frost has DC 24 fort save on a critical hit. They're slowed 1. Well, they're slowed 1 now either way. Slow doesn't stack with itself. You always take the higher of
Fair
the two.
enough.
So yeah.
But they roll twice, so if they succeed on one,
No.
there's always a second one. No?
Yeah. It will work that way. Evie,
Hello.
baby in the back.
I would like to chug my Juggernaut mutagen. Just, to get that popping.
I imagine you
And
chugged it on the
also-
way, so don't worry about that.
Heck yes. And also the body we're all hitting. Let's try out my fancy new bow and aim not for the eyes, but above them, like a little forehead slash.
Aim for the
because
brows.
head wounds bleed like shit. Head wounds bleed like shit, and we don't want visibility here.
That's a crit. So I guess
That seems okay.
show us what that sexy. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that seems okay.
Yeah, I guess this works. It's fine. That'll do, pig.
The others stay focused on the job of throwing for time being. Rock. The one that Argus is fighting is losing his shit and starting to panic.
Don't
Okay,
get
losing
thrown.
shit. Losing a shit
Don't
and
get eaten.
starting to get
Which is to
panic.
say, he abandoned his post and his plan to run away.
Ah, shit.
Wait. That's too far. I'm gonna go here. Ah, don't do that. Do this. Okay. I'm gonna move
Where is
here.
Argus, though?
I'm behind a tree.
Argus is
That was-
naturally camouflaged.
That's my turn.
Green on green.
Hello.
Monastery.
Yeah, I'll move over to the other side of this guy. And then stab him in the face.
Nice.
Stab him in the knee.
Another crit. Poor guy
We're
cannot
getting
catch a
all
break.
these out on the first guy.
Blit.
Hell yeah.
Not one of the hill giants has died. The others decide to break their formation briefly to focus down the actual problem. Or let's
I'm
see.
behind a tree.
Is
Watch
their
out for rolling
morale
rocks.
individualistic or not? Mm-hmm.
Are they smart
Mhm.
enough to be individualistic?
Nope, they actually just keep hucking to the wall for now.
Damn.
The wall in the distance begins to experience significant crumblage. Thierry.
Uh, hmm. So that looks spicy. Yeah, I'm just gonna produce flame on him.
Hell yeah.
Not crit, but still damage.
Still damage.
We are really good at Condi stuff. Tiri has fire. Evie's rocking frost. Rock has
Yes.
corrosion. Like, yes.
I'm gonna start moving over here, but I can
And
only
I've got
move
shock.
up to. Actually, I can move all the way over here.
He's got the Numies.
Yes, exactly. Problem is, can't attack. Actually, I'm gonna step like over here because then it will require them at least an action, or they would have to use a ranged attack.
Evie.
Hello,
Well, that was a
buddy.
great opening shot for your bow.
I'm gonna scoot him just a little bit closer. And untag that boy, retag that boy. And I mean, since we're doing so well, let's try that again.
Don't underestimate the enemy.
Hey, that's a hit. That's all you need.
Hell, hell yeah.
Pink.
That's definitely something. A good start, a nice start.
You watch as boulders fly through the air, breaking remaining foliage as with great speed they strike the walls. Rock.
Okay. I'm gonna. Should I engage or wait for someone else to come first? Yeah, I'm gonna engage. I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna do my twin feint. I'm gonna attack with my first attack. I'm first gonna mark the dude, then I'm gonna attack with my first attack. It's not flat-footed.
Whoopsh, whoop-pow. Hit.
Wait, that's the wrong. Oh, I used the wrong. Never mind. It's okay. Then I'm gonna attack with my second one. The target is flat-footed.
Hit. With 5 there we go. Got
Go to bed.
Got him.
Does it?
You had to do it to him.
Heck.
I can't hear anyone. What's happening?
Hello?
I'm back. All right.
Oh, okay.
I'll go get
Big
you
ouchies
shot.
are inflicted.
Oh,
Monastery.
It's me. Probably best if we just take that guy out. I'm sure. Should we draw someone else's attention as well? Probably not. And that'd be less damage on the wall.
The giant that Rock is fighting, by the way, turns his attention to Rock.
Hello. I can wave at him.
off with his head.
I can't get to that guy. Could get to that guy. Yeah, but we don't want to split up. I'm gonna stick with everyone else and move over. Get to there.
Oh, there's more of them up there. Oh my god, I only saw half the map. Never mind.
All the way over here,
Someone's got the Numies.
and then hit him in the butt.
Ooh.
Mani jogging in full plate
By,
armor.
by what means can you attack after moving so much?
I have +5 speed from Boots of Bounding, and then
Boots.
+5 from Fleet.
Fair enough. You hit him in the back. You hit him, roomy damage.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this fine gentleman has decided to abandon his post and starts swinging around. His big fat club.
Oh,
Here we go. He makes a wide swing using one of the boulders he has, as if it were a great club. Just holds this long rock and just starts swinging and swinging
At rock.
at
two
Rock and
targets,
Monastery.
Okay.
So that's 26 against both of you. As he just
Yeah,
does
I
that,
think-
he does that Dark Souls swoosh across the ground, you know. A lot of
I think
upturned
that
dirt.
misses me. That misses me.
Goes for second swing and rock and a ooh Monastery. That's a success because you have such armor class.
Oh, hell yeah.
and I shield block all of that.
You moved and then you attacked. What did
Oh
you get?
yeah, I didn't have my shield up. Never mind. I was thinking the free shield worked as well. So nah, I take that.
This one briefly abandons its post, seeing that one of them is dead and the other one is having a bit of issues. He's just gonna slightly adjust his positioning a bit. Okay, which one? You know what, Argus? You look like you're an easy target without risking hitting his friend. So you suddenly hear lots of trees cracking as a giant boulder comes your way.
Ooh.
That does hit.
You have to duck out of the way as it smashes an entire shrub you're next to.
Is this a reflex save?
No, you just take damage because it's an attack roll.
Fair enough.
Wink, wink.
Well, when you mentioned that I have to dodge, then yes.
Well, Argus, attack rolls
Yes.
are not just you stand there like a gormless fool. You move,
know.
you dodge, you beck, you weave. Tyranny.
I'm gonna hit that guy with Ray of Frost. Cause range.
Chill out, buddy.
Dang.
Guess the situation was getting hit.
Apparently that was a miss.
Yep.
By one.
Too bad you aren't in Monastery's awesome protection help friends zone.
True.
It's for melee boys only.
Or range boys standing really close.
You shouldn't be.
Argus, what do you do? Do something. It's your turn.
Well, yeah.
Did you lose your token?
gonna-
You're right here.
No, I know. I'm gonna try to help them fight this thing.
You camouflaged boy.
Let me change that to
Yeah.
5-footed. Thank you.
Say again?
Nothing. It's okay.
All right. I'm gonna try to knock it out.
That's awfully
And-
polite of you. To -2 on the attack roll.
Excuse me?
Oh no, wait, you're using an unarmed, so you can do that for free. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if I can do the Grievous attack on this.
Do the Kirk double fist slam and got a crit.
Oh, shit. Holy crap.
That's
Punch
Get
their
'em, bud.
buns. Punch
cap-
their buns.
the Captain Kirk double handed fist slam always does the trick.
Yes, that's the 2 action. Oh, yeah, that would be it. Move and 2 actions.
Evie. Oh boy.
Hello. Oh boy, indeed. A bit of a scootamadoodle.
Scuttle, scuttle.
Scuttle, scuttle.
Your owl flies
And-
with the greatest of ease.
Let
That
us
might
hear the
actually kill it.
thunk. Yeah, I'm hoping.
The giant you are fighting is starting to panic.
Panic, panic.
Good enough for us.
Monastery suddenly hears the swoosh of a boulder.
It's a block.
Boulders swing and miss, flying through the. It's easy to hit a giant castle wall. It's harder to hit like close range targets. Maybe this guy's nearsighted or something. Quick, do something, Rock.
Okay.
Give him the stabbies.
I'll do something.
Better be good.
Oh boy. Striker, fuck all.
Yeah, you kill him. No questions there.
There we go.
Monastery. That's another one down. There's 2 left, and they're starting to get a bit. They're getting the heebie-jeebies.
I mean,
Can
Rock
I-
still has 2
Can I
actions.
move? Can I move?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
I'm gonna move.
Zip, zip, zip.
There.
And get these.
Yeah.
Behind
Meow.
the tree. Behind the tree.
Moonstery.
Start. There, there's probably best. I'll 2 actions move over here and then put my shield up.
Jesus, that's a big distance you just go. Okay, cool.
I'm speedy.
Zip,
You're
zip.
speedy and about to feel the touch of a boulder.
Ouch.
Damn.
Nope.
It's still a miss.
Marvelous. Terry, you're all the way back there.
I can still snipe.
That'd
I'll
be
get
something.
this
The
giant.
range.
I will get this giant eventually.
They're all like within 120 feet, so you can all rear frost them if you really wanted to.
Exactly.
From downtown.
Alright, I'm just doing worse now.
Terry just needs to warm up a little bit. It's a chilly evening.
I'm just gonna.
I mean,
start
he
Gotta
lives
warm up
past.
the chills.
Make sure to
Argus.
heat your theory.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm gonna start moving over here. I'm gonna take cover in these trees.
You slide down to a small dimple in the hills, hiding behind some big trees. Evie.
Hello. I'm gonna scoot a little over here next to this lovely tree. That's my 25 feet. And I mean, since the bow's been going really well, and I'm saving my bombs for later. I mean, it's a one-trick pony, and
Ooh, a miss. There's too many trees, too much foliage left in the way.
dang
It's
it.
a hard hit. This
Wow.
one sees Argus running towards him.
And then disappear.
I mean, you didn't hide or sneak or anything, so this thing
Oh
comes
my
towards
God.
you.
Oh shit.
It lifts up the tree you're hiding behind. As you said, is a great club.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh
exactly how
God.
you find a boy and a friend.
Whoosh. Luckily, you managed to roll yourself across the ground,
Doesn't hit.
feeling the loud swoosh of air over your butt. No, why would it hit you? Your armor class is 26.
That's what I said. It doesn't hit me.
Marvelous. Rock. The giant is
Okay.
equipped with a large tree.
And move closer. Exactly what I needed.
So far, they've been rolling terribly. How disappointing.
If I go behind him, that's not considered flanking because he's not close enough, right?
Argus is not close enough for that to count, no.
Okay, I'm gonna go 25, which would be
You can always delay it until after me, and then I'll get in position.
not true. Can I delay? Yeah, I'm gonna delay my actions so you happen. You go, Monastery.
Monastery goes first to your doom, becomes 32. Monastery.
I'll hop over to here.
Money.
Will that- Yeah, that'll count as flanking for Rock. And then... I don't think I can trip him from up here. I think he's down lower elevation.
I mean, you can trip him if you want to try.
Yeah, I can try.
Give him the old foot stomp.
Trip, trip.
Gets his reflex. That's an exact hit. He falls prone.
Legas.
Last one, I'll attack him.
Don't forget
Nope.
P. Rock. Go for it.
Ah, fuck. I'm gonna move here. Then I have one action left, and I'm
Mhm,
gonna.
I think you can
Dude.
flank him from there if you want 2 actions.
Can I actually? Is it
Yeah,
still?
because the line goes through him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that makes sense.
Yeah,
See, I'm
big
dumb.
creatures work like that.
They work weird. That's a crit.
Okay, now. Okay, okay now. Let's see this. And then I'm gonna attack with my offhand rapier, which is also basically this one because of the runes and stuff. And I'll miss.
Ooh.
I'll miss like a big boy.
The one up here is gonna hurl one more boulder at good old Monastery before abandoning its friend, deciding that this is not worth the trouble.
Oh shit.
I wish I was closer so I can move out of the way and hit
Jerry.
the other guy.
Okay.
Do not forget the prone targets have a +2 bonus to range attack. So, because his profile is smaller than normal.
Okay. What's the range? Oh well. Another ray of frost.
Handsome.
Zip,
Hit by
zap.
1, miss by 1. Argus.
Yes. Move up
Oh,
here.
did it miss by 1?
Yep, because he's prone. Therefore, he gets an increase to his armor class against ranged attacks specifically.
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
attack it twice. If I've missed the first time, I'm gonna re-roll it with a feat.
Actually, no, excuse me. That requires that you take cover first. Just being on the
That's
ground
the
doesn't
one.
help you. Argus, that's a crit.
That's a crit. That's one.
Karate chop. Cool. That's a hit.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
There we go.
The hill giant below you starts to panic. Evie.
Hello. Time to Numalabooble here. And then a bit more stabbage.
Evie
but from
skitter
away.
skitters. Let's
The
loose.
pitter patter of little feet. And then sudden death. Well,
Oh,
not today. We tried, but he's so tiny when
The
he's
giant
lying
lifts
down.
himself off the ground.
And then I hit him with my attack of opportunity.
Show me the goods. Ow! Hits him.
Nice.
And he's down. And we're done here.
Get him, Monty.
And stay down.
Hey.
Well, that went okay.
we
Indeed
didn't
it did.
spend any resources. Much resources.
You have a moment to yourself. Before
Anyone
you-
need healing shots?
I don't think anyone got hit, did we?
You got hit once.
Oh yeah, I'm fine though. It's only
I got
for-
hit
You
once,
good?
but I'm gonna get those back if I wait a minute.
Okie
Alright.
doke.
Should
If
we go
anyone
after
needs
that
shots.
other guy, or is he just running back to the group?
Well, he's abandoned his task. Your job was mostly to break up the whole rocks flying at the castle, the city walls thing, so
Oh yeah.
it's fine. Not to mention the fact that after you take a moment to take a breather, you also get another message, namely that the wall has been breached. The other one, the group wasn't quite as expedient as you, and it failed to stop
Okay.
the giants from breaching the wall proper. So now there's a huge hole in the western wall.
Great.
Gotta run.
Yes.
I love that for us.
Hey, we did our not our fault.
Hey, you saved them having to deal with 2 holes in the walls.
That's one less hole.
Means you can
One
concentrate your
hole over
efforts.
2 holes. End of the day.
You run your way back to town, which takes a minute, so Argus, give yourself your temp hit points back.
I did.
Congratulations. As you approach, your drama suddenly broadcasts something else. I think you do not come to the breach. Get into the town immediately. We have a problem.
Oh.
In the distance, you see a bright streak of light rain down upon the town.
Oh.
Must be the dragon.
Uh-oh.
Dancing
Of
against the
power.
shadowy stars, yes.
Orbital cannon.
A large dragon has started to torch portions of the town. And, in
Hmm.
case you forgot, much of the town is made of wood.
Shit.
Like, the Red Wizard's little store was an exception. Made of stone and all, as is the large fortress.
Or
Good.
stone. A lot more expensive
Well.
than wood.
You make your way back to
We can
Brindle.
fix-
Pat, pat,
The
pat.
closer you get, the more apparent it becomes that there are lots of people screaming in panic over the fact that half the town is burning down and a dragon is raining hellfire. You know, the usual stuff when a dragon attacks a city that's not really interested in dealing with this, and an army and a bunch of hill giants throwing rocks, and probably also a bunch of sadistic assholes who've been putting heads on pikes and swinging those in front of the gates. You know, the usual siege tactics for a bunch of assholes. The dragon's attack pattern is, since you know you're looking at it all the way as you come closer, is that it swoops down for a long strafing run, then goes back up for about 20 or so seconds, and it comes back down again, presumably waiting for its breath to recover.
Could this be a good time? Like, how high is the dragon while doing the swoop?
Gosh. Well, let me pull up the specific map we'll be using for this. Let's see. What is your breath weapon size actually looking like? It is a 40-foot cone, so it does come in pretty close during this. However, dragons have a fly speed of 120 feet, so it's really fast. It's got the Numies. So,
How confident do you feel about hitting a moving target?
I mean,
This isn't Call of Cthulhu,
considering
so moving targets do not get particular bonuses.
I mean, I can try and tether it.
you can, but I can still only do like 30 feet on my tanglefoot bag. That would like stop it.
Get on a building.
But yeah, I think we
I
can
can
find
pick you up, jump in the air, and we can throw it.
like yeet.
Everyone, create a ladder quickly. Let's
With
get
an
into
ant.
the cheerleading position.
I can throw him up
You
there.
know what's the best thing? That ants actually do create ladders when there's need.
Yeah.
So this would be very in character for both
Well.
Evie and Monty.
You make your way closer to
Nope.
town, entering into an area where the fire is particularly dense. The dragon seems to be enjoying burning this particularly densely packed section of slums, because it burns so nicely, like a big old flambe cake. It's also one of the places where it'd be easiest to climb on top of the roofs and get a good angle at him. Or you can wait until he flies over and get a shot from below. Considering, well, red dragons being red dragons, you could probably taunt it into an attack by just fuck him up good enough. You know, get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have that one strategy. I'm going to wait until it uses its attack. And I'm going to drink the flying potion that we had lying around. And I'm going to roundhouse it in the face.
It's a great way to get hit with a full dragon
Just a
breath in the face, but sure.
Flying
I
knee.
said
and
explicitly after it uses it.
Oh.
We can have Evie up on a building.
But that'd
ready
be-
to-
But that would be like at the end of its
Yeah.
strafing run. And you cannot accurately predict where it's going to begin and end that, and also move into position to attack it.
All right, fair enough. In that case, I'll wait on our buddies.
Let's see. Did I give him
Or-
his spell casting? I did. Good, cool, amazing.
Or Arge, you can try and like yeet upwards, get the Durg's attention, and then we tanglefoot it, and then you roundhouse it. Would that work?
Yes.
Because like it would give us some sort of predictability for the
Okay.
dragon's trajectory.
Please repeat to big old dummy me. What's the plan here?
Okay, Argy yeets upwards. Dragon sees Argy, comes closer. Mani and me gain altitude and tanglefoot it till it drops, and then it gets roundhoused and furtherly violenced.
I
If
mean,
that is okay
probably
with
Fury
everybody else.
getting height with you is better than me. That way, I can be on the
Oh,
ground to
wow.
fight it when it lands.
Excellent.
And I can
Wait.
just, I can just fly.
Can I have a
Oh,
stupid
hell
question?
yeah.
Deary, can you hold Evie and drag her up while flying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Or she
Okay.
can-
The potion of flying, I
Particle
believe, just gives me a flying speed, which means I can carry them pretty
Yep.
easily.
It's snowing.
Nice. Aw, well that's nice.
It's not snowing. This is ash.
Those
Oh,
are
we-
definitely snowflakes.
Listen, I couldn't find one for
There's no-
burning ash, so, so
Yeah,
excuse
exactly.
me.
Dude,
Yeah?
Burning Ash is the name of the character, I believe, in Thursday Confin.
Nice.
Oh,
neat.
man.
That's a good name to have. Marvelous. So, just
He's
for
a fire
context, the plan is that Argus goes all the way up there and just tries to deck a dragon.
No, not necessarily. I'm bringing Evie, I assume, up so they
Mhm.
can throw the Tanglefoot at the dragon.
Like we mentioned earlier that a tanglefoot can like bring a dragon down without hurting it, but even just being like contained and within punching range
Cool.
would help us.
Cool. All
Right.
right, everyone who is part of this plan, you can roll me your attack rolls and see if you manage to get this dragon down to where normal initiative would make sense. Because
Let's
as it
roll
stands, again, it takes 5 rounds on average for it to come back during every sweep. So
Mhm.
normal initiative wouldn't really work that well.
Fair enough.
So which button is that?
Well, you should have one that's specifically for the weapon. Like if you have Tanglefoot bags, it should show you like an attack
Ah.
button.
Okay.
What I need to roll as well.
Well, you're holding on to Eevee, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna aim Evie.
Throw Evie at the dragon.
Don't.
I'm not that malicious.
Eevee
Aw.
throws a Tanglefoot bag but misses. The dragon's high speed makes it quite deft at dodging.
God dang it.
We can always try again,
Oh,
you
we
know.
can- Oh hell yeah.
Also, Evie, you're still not on initiative, even though it doesn't really work right now.
I mean we can try on the next one, right?
This thing works for a minute.
So
Okay.
you basically 3 chances before you have to land.
Okay, I'm gonna use the 3. Let's see.
Keep
Then-
them rolling.
Yep, in the
Don't
middle.
forget that you have
Full
hero points
cut.
if you really want to spend them. No. You get one attack
Oh.
because it flies by way too
Okay,
fast to
okay,
go
okay.
open, but you don't get the MAP on this. So
Okay.
I get one more
Still
throw.
missed
Uh,
the thought.
You can
one
use a
more
hero point
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to give
One more
+4.
regular threat. So one more regular,
Yes,
and
at
if that.
full attack. 'Cause you can
Oh,
li-
hell yeah.
There we're
There we
talking.
go.
Hell
you get a
Oh.
few. You take a few moments. You watch as on the last run the dragon. They look like they're about to start casting something fierce on you, but then you hit it in the face with a big old blob of glue, which spreads out, gets its wings tight together so it can't flap them, and it just glides into the buildings with its mass just crushing these poorly constructed slums. It's a cacophony of sound. Let's see what a Tanglefoot bag does to something as large as this. It's a moderate, so minus 10, 15-foot penalty to their movement speeds. Marvelous. Escape DC is 19. Cool. So you all land at this point because you don't have any flight left. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Argus only barely manages to bring you within the floor range before things get hectic.
Yes.
Okay, cool. The dragon has crash landed somewhere way beyond there. Let's get into proper initiative.
Yes.
Oh.
In the distance, you hear something cast a spell as it decides, you know what? Fuck, go time, buckaroos, go time. What go time is more important? Let's start off with a good old-fashioned one of these.
It's a classic.
Very classic. Monastery.
Do we know vaguely the direction in which it crashed?
It's a giant dragon that crashed through several buildings and left like a huge hole in the buildings. I think you can triangulate this one.
Yeah, but I don't know where that is.
It's to the south, like over here-ish.
Oh, cool.
Alright. In which case, let's start moving. That's gonna be
South.
5, 10, 15. 15. Still can't see. 5. That's one action.
You see like a dragon around the corner up ahead.
Aha. In which case, what's the things? I'm looking at the wrong menu. Probably put my shield up and get my stance ready, I guess. I don't want to charge right into this thing.
Evie,
Hello.
your friend doesn't want to charge right into that thing, but do you?
No, I've been to
Well. I do believe I shall just like scoot him a little closer and not quite charge in, just like use my anti-eyes.
You
We
can
have a
stay
lot
behind
of them.
monastery if you just keep moving that way.
Huh?
You can stay behind monastery if you just move that way. Also
Yeah,
need
I'm
to
over
remove
here.
some walls down here because he did break a whole bunch of stuff on the way down.
Yeah, I only have a last 25 of the motion of the ocean.
Handsome.
So this is about my extent. But yeah, this is look, if the tank is hitting the brakes, so is the healer.
He's like here,
Just oh, cool.
so you can like park up right behind him. Argus,
Yes.
you
Righteous
watch.
might.
Hello.
You're gonna get out the big boy spell. Abracadabra, abracazoo. Big
Yes,
Anky.
I'm gonna use the
Oh,
last of my
oh.
movement to actually get on the building, which I assume is still intact.
That
just
building in
go
front of
over
you is missing the roof, but the second floor is definitely intact, so you can be like 10 foot off the ground.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move 30
Nice.
feet towards where the 40 feet to where the dragon crashed.
Cool. You end up on top of the building ish. Terry. Also, from your
I'm-
current vantage point, you can see the dragon. So, okay, roll me a will save as your gut feeling starts taking over. Alright, I guess please roll. Will.
Hold on. That's a failure. Frightened 2.
Yep. Reduces as your turn goes by. So,
Mhm.
up.
Gonna go this way.
So considering it fell through that building, maybe you can open one of the doors and take a peek. Oh,
Ooh.
Tiri. Excuse me. Those walls are probably collapsing as a result of the fire. So let me just give you a little.
Oh boy.
You see its tail swing around back there.
Pogger.
Rock. Things are not very poggers right now.
Okay, where did everyone go? That's my first question. I'm so sorry.
South.
Yeah, we're all over here.
Dragons like hereish.
Oh,
Also, I
no.
somehow spun the dragon upside down. Let me fix that.
Can you move?
See?
Oh, to here. Okay.
We did crash land.
How much movement was that? Oh my god, 5.
I wouldn't recommend charging too far ahead of monastery.
No, that's not the plan. I'm gonna open.
Oh.
Never mind.
You still get to roll me for the will save for frightened.
Okay.
Will save DC 27.
I'm sorry. Well,
Okay. Well.
So, you know how it goes when you like open up we open up one of those doors leading to an eldritch horror, and you're like, actually, I don't want to be in there with whatever that geometric shape is.
completely. I don't want to be with that.
Monastery,
cloud of
don't you
eyes.
have an aura of making people not so scared?
It only activates at the end of my turn.
Let's take a look. Aura of
Ah.
courage. When you become frightened at the end of your turn, when you would reduce, you also. Okay, cool. Thanks, gotcha. The dragon's like, roar, roar, roar. Aren't I just the biggest, scariest boy of the bunch? And the size, he's just gonna keep stacking this on.
Ah, shit.
He's just getting all the buffs, huh?
Yeah, he's giving himself the big lick, the big spoon. Does he have any one action spells? Probably not. Those are very rare, despite the fact that was like a big thing that they were talking about. Draconic momentum. For sure, whenever gets a crit. Okay, that's something else. It doesn't really have 2 actions left to ready anything with, so it just kind of sits there and waits.
Waits
And
for those like multivitamin gummies to kick in.
It lets out a loud roar of like, hey, come on over, babies. I'm ready to start taking names.
He's eating all his Flintstone vitamins. He's ready to fight.
Monastery, it's your turn. What do? You must end your turn to your allies to help them with your aura, but you cannot inspire your friends if they can't see you.
Part of me wants to like actually get in there and start participating, but I would also like to reduce the frightened. So
You can always raise your shield and ready in action in case it decides to come in closer.
actually, I'm going to use this thing that I've been sitting on since like
Sitting
ages
on
ago.
with strong man energy.
The
Man.
use of bless.
Come hither, my friends. Let's see. It is a 5-foot emanation. Hilarious. You're bleast. Evie is also bleast. Oh, cool. You can click and drag it onto people. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Put
Like
it onto me.
And I can remove it like that again. Oh. Okay, it's gone now. Wah, wah.
And I don't think I have enough time to drink a potion. I think I need another action.
Yeah,
to
you can
get
take
it
one out if you want to. Like, I'll drink this one. Cheers, mate. Evie.
Hello.
No, I'll just put my shield up instead.
Marvelous. Your friends around you are less frightened now.
Yay. Well, I'm sure as hell not moving in front of the tank.
Monkey.
What even is there to do?
We're gonna have to fight this boy at some point. You can't hide
Yeah,
from him and hope he goes away.
Unfortunately, yes. This is definitely a mutagen moment.
But that's how I deal with all my problems.
Wait, didn't you have it last time?
Huh?
You lost an hour.
Oh, okie doke.
You still have
Okay, I thought I have to reapply it.
it.
Nah, they have different durations,
Gotcha.
and I think this moderate one is like an hour, yes.
Okay,
A
then.
while.
Well, then ignore that. Let me then at least like sneak a peek. I'm peeking and sneaking
Ooh.
into a corner. Into a
Ooh.
corner.
Argus, you wanted to get in there and start taking
Yes.
names?
Am I blessed?
No, the bless is like a 5 foot area. Yeah, it's
Right.
expanded
Yeah,
every
it's
turn.
Well,
tiny.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep stacking shit as well as it does. So I'm gonna drink one of these. It's in my
Argus.
bandolier, so I assume it's gonna take only one action.
Argus gives himself the good old little haste.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use the 40-foot. Well, I can't go through walls, unfortunately, but I assume the range would be exactly 40 feet to get to the bastard. Start swinging at it.
If you want to get over there, that'll be about 40 feet, yes.
Yes. And that would still leave me with 2 actions, correct?
You took out your potion, drank it, then you can move, and then you have one
If
action left
it's
because of quickened.
if it's on a bandolier, I believe it's only 1 action.
Nope.
No. Fair
Those
enough.
rules got revisited.
All right, fair enough. Then I still only have 1. Still can't move. I'm just gonna open this door.
I'll just drag you over here.
Please do. There we go. Well, and since this asshole is there, I'm gonna use a hero point to infuse my punch. Oh, actually, no, maybe not this one.
I don't want to. I don't want to punch it good now. I want to punch good later.
Oh, you know what? Sure, I'm just using it now. Goes against that.
Despite your mighty blow, misses.
33 misses.
Oh, 33 does not miss.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Punch.
See, we got okay. So it takes 5 less damage. Then it takes 10 more damage because of that. So it actually takes 21 because it doesn't like chills.
Yes.
Terry, you're the unmistakable sound of something that's about to make a big smush out of your friend because he dared hit him with a cold weapon. He dared hit him with a cold one.
Yes.
With the boys.
Cracking up.
Now you're gonna get cracked open
Mm-hmm.
for serving a cold one.
Cracking up a hot one with a cold one.
So I'm gonna use an action to take out a scroll of 5th level lightning storm.
Handsome.
Can't use it yet, but I'm gonna step out to see him.
Roll me that will save.
I'll use a hero point for that +4.
As the sight of a large creature reeling back to breathe fire on your friend and hit him with a nice swing is not a mentally encouraging sight.
Wait, what? Oh god.
My friend also should go down by 1, I think.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone goes down.
Evie is no longer spooked.
Hello.
There we go.
Confident baby.
Terry is only a little spooked, but that goes away as his turn ends. He's just momentarily unnerved. But he's already gotten killed by some old rotting corpse. So what is this guy gonna do? Rock.
And then, I still have 2 actions.
So I can't move
Oh,
to
wait,
it,
no.
right?
1 action. Yeah, I can't do anything with that.
What do you want to do, Rock?
I can't move towards it because I'm frightened, right?
You can move towards it. It's fleeing that forces you to move away.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Saint 5, he frightened.
that's super frightened.
Oh, wait. So just before because the roof's burnt down, would this count as being outside?
I mean, it's also occupying what was originally the street, so yes.
Perfect.
I'm gonna move here. Right in front of the big dragon. I'm such a smart boy. Okay,
That should
I
give
have
you
a
flanking
question.
too.
I have a flanking, right?
I just punched it with
I got
cold
someone
weapon.
at the door.
Oh no.
Fair enough.
I didn't hear you, Argus.
I punched it with the cold weapon, so it's focusing on me right now, and you're literally across it, and you can draw a line between the center of your token and the center of mine that goes across the token of the enemy.
Kinda.
So it's a big boy. We can flank him.
So take a 5er because I gotta help move something outside.
Okay,
All
okay.
right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wait, you're up in the air?
that's so hard. Excuse me?
You're up in the air?
Why would I be? I'm not flying.
You have plus 10 feet. That's why.
That's because I'm like on the roof. Or what was the second floor?
Up of
Y'all here?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Wait.
Yes.
You'd better try to give it as many status effects as you can.
Mm.
What's
Yeah.
this effects gonna give him?
And not just, well, it's a big enemy, it's a big boss, and we need to deal with it appropriately.
Mm.
It has like 30 AC probably, so it's very hard to actually hit it.
That's why I'm gonna just cast spells and hopefully hit it with a half damage.
It's a dragon, it probably has ridiculous DCs.
I can try to
Exactly,
give
that's
him
my half
enfeebled.
damage.
I can try to give him clumsy.
Mhm. I've got the bags, the bombs. It only has immunities to a few things, so we should be okay provided we actually get to hit it.
How do you know what immunities it has?
Google.
It's a dragon.
I mean,
Mm,
Google Pathfinder
They
adult red
tend to be
dragon.
they tend to be
don't tell
changed.
I mean,
Seth.
that's,
So
yeah, that's
Let
not
you do
something
that.
your character would know, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Evie has lived in that world for a very long time.
well, you have to roll for that.
How many dragons have you seen?
Well, by this point, I think like 2 or 3. We had
Hmm.
the one chase us into the forest. We fought, I think, one at the tower,
That
the
makes
bridge
sense.
with the towers, and then I think there was one or possibly 2 more. I don't remember all of them.
But it was. I don't think we've. I
I think
think-
Evie's only fought one. The rest of us have fought
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, we
So
fought
three
three.
I
if we
I
was
think
count
there
you
for
fought
one.
4 monster.
Yeah.
Four.
3 if
So
we count the one that the Lich had.
No, so
yeah,
we fought. So
There was
us.
one in the cave, one on the bridge, one in the furry town,
yeah.
one
Oh
in the
yeah,
So
the
like
one in
village.
the fairy town. I forgot that one.
I personally piloted Evie for one, but the gang piloted her corpse while I was away for a few more, I think. So yeah, and I mean we would converse. So
But I don't
also
think we've fought.
there's a bit of just like logic, like don't throw fire at fire. It's not gonna stick.
Don't
we
shoot
haven't
lightning and high reflex enemies.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Primal doesn't have anything other than reflex saves. Actually, no, I do have one spell that's a Fortitude, which is
Very-
water.
I have my poisons are fortitude, but I'm gonna try. Hey, babe. No.
Hi, babe.
Get yourself in a place. Get your business. Ik ga jullie never als een story speaking.
Actually, there is something that I could try, but I don't want to make things worse for everyone else because it can make things a lot worse.
What is it?
Grisly growths.
Oh?
Basically, I make the dragon that make what the target like grow a bunch of basically mutate horrifically,
Mm.
and it like damages and makes everyone else around it scared.
Hmm.
I mean,
which we
probably
don't want to
not
be
a
more scared.
Though, I mean, if the growths can't be weaponized by the dragon, and Monty can bless our fear away, could
Yeah,
work.
Hmm.
Next turn, expand your bless if you can.
Yeah, I
Mm.
was planning on it. We need that to be at least a decent range so we can like flank it and stuff.
What?
Tiny spider.
Little friend. And my venom.
Drawn eyebrows, angry.
Kill.
Thank you.
Angry.
Not
That's how
talking. I'm
eyebrows
angry.
work.
Yep. this were in.
Oh my god.
Gun.
The potion of fuck this guy. Oh no, the penguin.
Wonder who that's more exhausting for, the penguin or the seagull?
Who's what?
Like, what takes more energy, like the flying or the swimming?
Hmm.
'Cause they're both like good at it.
I think flying, honestly. Because like a penguin will just flop whenever, but even pigeons and the regular birds are gonna avoid flying if they can. That's why they waddle away from you in town instead of just taking because they're tired.
Yeah.
Something to examine. Hmm. This is the coziest siege ever.
But one is flying, the other one is flying underwater. They're both flapping their wings, but in different ways.
Hmm.
But technically, these are fins. Then they're
Yeah, they are. Technically, they are fin. But also, if it's salt water, it's helping take away some of your weight. Like, it's helping support. And air doesn't do that. I'm overthinking this.
and birds are aerodynamic, so and
Yeah, true. Birds and on protein shakes.
penguins have hollow bones, though.
And air bubbles. Kind of like fish.
People have hollow bones after I'm done with them too.
No cannibalism, god dang it.
If you slurp out the good juice, yes.
Hyena has joined the chat. You're
That laugh
very in
is far too
character.
deep. That laugh is too deep. It needs to be higher. But the thing is, right now I'm playing the new race that they're kind of added for B5, the
Yeah?
vampire one, and
Oh, whoa.
he feeds on spinal fluid.
Oh shit. Okay. How
It's
do you
fun
even
as fuck.
access that? How do you even
Well,
access that?
the DM agreed that his fangs are developed in that kind of way. that he knows
Damn.
how to do it because he has been doing it for a while, 20+ years. So I guess he knows how to access that at this point. But since it's a good against evil kind of campaign, the good guys just keep finding corpses drained of spinal fluid.
Oh, are you running a villain campaign?
We are currently villains, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, let's try one of those. That's super fun. What's your objective? Aside from generally being
To
evil.
to escape from the good guys because we are fleeing from from a convict kind of transfer thing,
Running away from the consequences.
and it's all set in Icewind Dale, so it's super fun.
Oh.
Everything is frozen.
Mm.
I like it. We're in a
I'm-
big fight. They found us. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna pick your brain about that.
Oh, we need to talk.
Uh, how come I own like 10 erasers but can never find even one of them?
That's the curse of the eraser.
Honestly. Got the sudden urge to draw ants. I've never done that before.
And
Ants and clothes. I want to draw Evie. Just for the funsies.
I mean, I'll probably get around to drawing Monastery at some point.
Oh, wow.
Just gotta
Like
remember.
Huh? The shield. Don't forget the shield. Like I've been through all the phases as a kid. You know, the dolphin kid, the dragon kid, the wolf kid, deer kid for a while, but I've never had the ant phase. So time to get on that. Oh, that's so cute. The panda ants are adorable. This is the beast that has the ability to get 65 damage.
Maybe.
Little baby.
Pet pet.
Doesn't know anything. Not even the ABCs. But does no violence.
No thoughts, only stab.
No shots, only shots. It's the big shiny eyes for me.
Iguana crimes. Get this man a lawyer.
No lawyer, only iguana jail.
Iguana law is harsh, cold, and unfeeling.
Can't even be a criminal these days.
oh, they randomly found an iguana. Like, yep, you probably have no owner.
Oh, the little ant hands.
I guess you have it now because
Hoi, Gesundheit.
Gotta admire the man for trying.
Thank you.
Danky.
I love the eye. I love the way the eye is drawn.
It's much cringier than I thought it would be.
God dang, what even is ant anatomy?
Thank you.
A very cruel
Oh.
joke.
Thank you. Check it.
Ik had only two of these. Ik ben David van de maand. Er zit ook one for you and one for me. Those on. Good job.
Just a joke. I would put it back. I was opening it. Can you stop?
Hmm?
Thank you.
Are you being bullied again?
See. Oh, something.
This dragon is gonna
United.
get bullied.
Hopefully.
Can't wait to push it in the locker.
Well, like
Hmm?
thank you.
Hope Safi's okay.
Yeah. Hope it didn't explode.
Hello, Safi.
Oh, speaking of the
Hi,
devil,
Sophie.
I'm the
Good.
devil. Oh no.
yeah, congratulations, you got promoted.
The art of boys. Amazing. I got kidnapped.
Why?
Oh, whoa.
Oh no.
Did you get any snacks out of it?
Speaking of kidnapping, I need to get
No.
a drink.
These
I'll
are
be
my
back in
snacks and I'm
1
hungry.
minute.
Everything else is.
Thank you, babe.
Didn't even get to take my phone with me.
Suffering.
Money if you be foe.
Mhm.
I love how the seagull is so used to humans who don't actively pursue that when a penguin actually starts bullying it, it's like, what are you doing? If I fly side to side, he'll leave me alone. That's how humans work.
Humans can't swim.
No more the humans don't actively pursue seagulls. So it's like, if I get out of the way, it'll leave me alone, right?
Humans should just throw stuff.
Fuck
to them.
seagulls, though. Fuck them. They're worse than pigeons, in my opinion.
Yeah, that
They are
Oh.
worse than pigeons. They stink.
they're pigeons, but they hate you.
So, I mean, crows also like bothering me. I don't know what it is, but crows really like. But that's only during the nesting season. I've had seagulls bully me after the pesting season, before the pesting season. They just like coming after me, I guess.
What did you do to the raven?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
just nesting season, and I tend to wear a big black coat, so it probably thinks I'm like a raven or something. Or at the very.
Or you're just too big
Oh shit.
and mean looking to be allowed near.
Swooping
I'm too
season,
large. I do
baby.
not have visitation rights for the child.
Dad, she took the kids into divorce. Mhm, mhm, mhm. I love a good pigeon. So much attitude.
Safi, I did a fucky wucky. I attacked with the wrong weapon. Can I reroll that damage?
Oh no, oopsie doopsie.
I'm eating my Twix.
2x is good.
And I'm reading this stupid meme of a little baby boy trying to play hard to get with a T-Rex.
Oh boy.
The other way around. He's trying to woo them, and they're playing hard to get by attempting murder.
I guess it's just like a big woman.
Yes.
Sometimes big whammon.
Excuse me.
A strong, handsome man.
Yes.
Mm. Mm. There.
Nom, 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 nom.
Assumption.
Mm. I
Are
have
you
been
all
treated.
buttered up?
Now, if
Are
I
you all
remember
buttered up
correctly,
now?
it was Rock's turn.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So I moved here to the dragon. I'm gonna lather my weapon with some giant wasp venom.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna strike at the
I need to
big
pull.
boy.
I need to pull something up before we resolve that action, sir.
Oh, what happened?
What kind of dragon was this? Was this Here we go.
Red.
No. No, I'm colorblind, and I didn't pick this monster myself. I need to make sure. Okay, here we go. No, I need to know specifications because a lot of creatures, when they have multiple natural weapons, they can only use one for attacks of opportunity. So it sees you sneaking behind it, and it's like, give me that bottle.
I want this
Ooh.
drink obliterated.
Good old Rock realizes that big dragons have big bites, but he still gets to pull
no.
off his poison, so he still gets to do his trick.
I still get to do my trick.
Yeah, you get to do your thing, Mr.
I'm
Poisoner,
gonna stab it then.
with flat-footedness because you're basically behind it.
I'm stabby.
It turns out you
Oh.
stab it right in the roof of its mouth, I guess, with a critical.
Dang.
You bitey, I stabby.
Sweet Jesus!
And that's without
Ouchie
the poison
baba.
damage.
That's
So
what
we
I
have a
call
person-
one spicy meatball.
So she's
Um,
rolling. She's rolling a 25 fortitude.
I need to look up some very specific details. I just need to make sure that I got all my details right here. Okay, so it is slightly resistant to that, so it does take 5 less. It might be like,
Oh,
how that's
nice.
not so much, and it's like, listen, if it's almost 10% reduction, that's still something.
And a fort save
And a fort save.
Makes it.
that she passes.
Cool. Actually, isn't like a critical hit. They take one
It
worse
was a
result.
crit.
Yeah, whatever. We'll figure this out. As we go along, Rock, you're behind it, and it's... Oh, whoops. Almost pushed the end combat button there. That would have been terrible.
How many times has that happened?
I'm so dizzy.
Yeah, what kind of a dummy would press that button mid-combat?
Jerry, I appreciate your go-get-'em attitude, but... Argus,
Yes.
the dragon throws its big butt at Rock for a moment to teach you a lesson.
Oh,
Hmm.
So I took damage. Forgot that.
A massive blast of fire consumes the area. The closest walls are incinerated by this process.
I like how Tiri just appears from the darkness for me. As
You're just there in a bathtub or something.
Everything's
oh.
okay. It's all fine.
I'm using a hero
here
point.
is
Roll me those reflex saves, good sirs.
I'm
Yes.
using a hero point on
That
that.
would be a critical failure.
Would you like to
What?
re-roll that? You have like 3 hero points.
Yeah.
What was
I
I
can
rolling?
roll that.
Cool.
All right, let's do this.
Terry takes half.
No.
Would you like to take double that?
Oh, I still have 1 more point. Although I do heal on hits, so.
Well, just pat.
Now,
that bad?
Yeah, so double 43, so 86.
Owie.
And I take 56 off of that because I have 30 and minus 56 there.
It can't use Draconic
Oh,
Frenzy as a
that's-
result of this, but it can swing its tail directly at Rock.
Oh no,
Bonk.
Donk.
that hurts.
And Argus.
Wait, hold
Your
on.
feelings?
Yes, what is it, Argus?
Earlier it used the attack before it crashed. Would it still need to reroll?
I
to get it?
literally rolled for that and took counted that. Thank you for reminding me.
All right, there we go.
That's why I rolled a d4 earlier, is because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be using this any earlier than I should. Well, there's one
Oh,
action
that
left that you
wasn't
can only use for strikes, so, you know what? It's going to try and grasp you firmly. -5, but that makes it 27, which I think means that you're restrained. You're like in a death grip. It squeezes you. You're like that little like the big dog holding the little baby cat, you know?
Yes.
Everyone watches as he picks up Argus and just opens its mouth wide to flame broil you on the way down. Let me just make sure that I got this one right, so I don't screw you over. Here we go. Critical success. Target is restrained until the end of your turn. Okay, it's not. You're not gripped. You are restrained. Monastery. If you want it to be a gosh darn hero, now's the time.
You tell Huh. I just hadn't seen restraint before. Yeah. Now's the time for me to move in. Oh, there's the dragon.
Can you roll me that 5 for presence?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
did you already do that? I don't think you did, but
I haven't done that yet.
Cool.
I haven't actually been able to see the thing until now.
well, you're not scared at all. You are fearless.
And
Let him have it.
Super strong fear. Good. I can get over Argus. I'm going to use an action to extend bless into a bigger radius.
Argus is big,
And
blessed.
Then, should I heal Argus or just shield? If I heal them, I'm going to
I
get
would-
attack opportunities.
I
right?
mean, maybe. It's who knows what this dragon's going to spend that delicious reaction on. Actually,
good
it's
point.
too preoccupied eating Argus, so it might not even take one. It just wants to bite
Yeah.
down on this boy.
So yeah, I'm going to do that. And that should be 24 health, I'm pretty sure.
On Argus?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, 24 health and plus 2 AC for Argus.
So Argus's armor class is now 30. with his righteous might. Although it's reduced a bit by it being grisped firmly. Evie, if you have any ice bombs,
Hello.
this thing seems to be
Yeah,
weak
now-
to cold.
Huh. Well, now seems to be the time to figure that out, eh? Not icy, but I do believe it would help us to maybe spoopify this thing. Let's try this.
Hits by 7. Give me the damage.
Hell yeah.
That becomes 15 because it's super weak to cold. Ice slathers on its eye for a moment, but immediately it melts off, and it gives you that look of like, oh, you're next. Its eye twitches in anger. Argus,
Yes. I'm going to use my action to try and get out of this.
I would recommend using that righteous might, which with the plus 22 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
The DC you're trying to escape with is, I think, 32.
So hopefully, it's not going to be too bad.
Hey, if your friends want to spend hero points on you. Hey,
How
just
do I set it to 23?
just roll it. We'll do it. We'll play it by ear.
Fair enough.
Wait, I have all 3 hero points. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, because
you're
it's
no,
a
you
big
don't go
fight.
into a climax with that little extra oomph.
Oh, I can just
Okay,
give
okay.
myself just a plus 10. That would make it plus 23.
To put it bluntly, you spent a whole week preparing for this. I think that's not a critical success, but that is a success. You free yourself from its mighty
Yes.
grasp, land on the ground, and you have 3 actions left because guess what? You're quickened.
Yes.
Also, you're no
You-
longer frightened, and I don't think your other friend's frightened either because you got cool zone. So
Yes.
go for it.
Yes.
I'm
Here's the one. Nope, but I'm going to use the hero point to reroll that.
Give him the old put up those fists.
No, that doesn't
That's a
work.
you have two actions left. Where do you want to spend them?
I'm gonna use the last 2 with a. I believe it's a -5 or is it -10?
Wait, what exactly is the total modifier on this? Because it's plus.
I think. Yeah, hold on. Let me.
It should be plus 21, then plus plus, so it should be 4 more than that. So that's 27, and then okay.
27 and 25. Yeah, but it's still not enough.
All right. Well, you have 2 actions
Plus
left.
one plus.
So go ahead and do something.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're agile, so hey, you can always crit fish. Just keep hitting until something goes past those thick scales. Those
Sure.
thick scales.
I do need to look up one thing. I'm gonna click this real quick. Oh gosh, where is it? Where the heck did it go? Ah, there we go. So, how does the penalty work?
Argus, I'm just going to tell you this. I'll let you get away with this time, but that extra
Yeah.
action you get from haste.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know when that's spent, so you can spend that whenever. Sure, why not? Do whatever you want. Have fun. I don't know.
Alright,
My
fair
brain
enough.
is like it's appended at the end. Like you get it as an attack at the end, but I guess you could also do it anywhere you like.
Yeah, and this is the last one. Nope.
Whack.
So plus 21, plus 22 says difference of 4, 28.
It should be plus
You're
4,
flanking, so
28.
you hit him.
Wait.
Gasp.
Wait, hold on. Then the first one also hits because it's 27 plus 1 from bless plus.
Oh,
2 from
oh no, this one doesn't include the thing. No, it's 20. The difference between that modifier 18 and your actual total is 4, so that's 27. His armor class when flat-footed is 28. That
Mhm,
new
and
attack
then-
doesn't hit because it doesn't account for your multiple attack penalty.
Yeah, but monster has bless.
Yeah.
That's why it's
takes it into
22.
Right, but I was talking about the 23 and the
That-
24.
The difference between that number and the actual number you rolled is 4, making it 27. Where does the extra +1 come from, Argus? I included it in the bless.
Oh, you included it already. Okay, fair enough.
Ooh, actually, I think it's one lower than I thought because it already... Whatever. We'll move on from here, Argus. Bap.
Yes.
Tiri, you got big scorched, but hey, unlike Argus, she came up pretty, alright.
I'm gonna move over here. Then I'm gonna unleash my scroll of Cone of Cold because I'm being smart about this.
I like how you say that you're being smart about this when you're aiming a cone of cold very close to your friends. I'm very intelligent. Oh,
I signed up for this.
I don't wanna bully you, but you're gonna hit your friend. Like you're gonna hit Rock, who's standing behind him.
He's got reflex. It's
I'm
fine.
okay with my reflex saves.
Rock, listen, he's got this. You got this. Don't worry about him. All right then.
Got plus 20 and like success on.
I failed.
What?
Just a
Not
little
so
chilly.
okay
Can I
after all.
get can I get some damage there, Tiri? On
Yeah.
that
Can I
12
hero point
d6.
that? Can I hero point that, please? This is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
listen.
You can always
did-
hero point.
Yeah, you don't have to ask for permission to use it. You just have to go.
There we go. There we go.
You hide behind the dragon, letting it eat most of the damage. Which one of these do I want? I want the half one, and then I want to add an extra -10 because it's super vulnerable to cold. Well, listen, you're making it very hard for it to decide who it wants to destroy the most with how everyone keeps hitting it with ice. Rock, what do? You're blessed. You get a +1 to your attacks. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
Okay. Vi kan inte börja med
Rock, you can take your turn.
You can take my turn.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna. Since the poison thing didn't work the first time, I'm just gonna go stab at it with all fuck all.
He unleashes one hit. You still have footed, so you get the bonus.
Damage.
And then another -10
Yeah,
because
I'm
of
gonna
the...
go for. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second one.
Ooh.
Crit fail. Whoa.
Damn, boy.
Well, we will.
I have an action left, and I'm gonna raise my shield.
Wow, I didn't know you had one of those.
I have a buckler, and I'm gonna raise it.
Hey, it's better than nothing. All right.
Better than being naked.
Which one of you little pampy damps has been the most annoying? I mean, the answer is obviously Tiri. The answer is just obviously Tiri, but you probably heard about Monastery. A lot.
Hi.
There's a lot of talk about this tin can lobster that no one has been able to squeeze open. He's like, you know what? I'd like to take my chance at it.
I wiggle aggressively.
Wiggles aggressively. Well, first, it would like to take a big ol' bite out of you.
Okay.
Chomp.
I'm gonna use my free shield block on that.
Go ahead.
Next.
Then we got this.
Miss.
There's one action left actually because of all that cool stuff it's got going. Also, I should probably give it some health back because I forgot that it does have some damage resistance. Let's just give him 20. That seems like a fair number, considering how many attacks have been going this way. It's got one life. What is it gonna do it on? I guess if it really wanted to, it could just pick you up and see how that works out. So with a -10, it lifts you up off the ground, grabbing you.
Ah, rude.
Thou art firmly grasped. Monastery. Man, those eyes are just full of fire.
I would like to not be grasped if we could negotiate that.
Man, I love that friendly salamander.
So, gonna try.
You can use acrobatics, athletics. Okay, cool. You, despite its immense strength, athletics DC 32. Despite the immense individual, like each finger has the strength of a full-grown man. You leverage the slipperiness of your armor and slip your way out like a little eel.
Dummy idiot.
Everyone knows you need to peel the can before you eat it.
If I extend for less one more,
Tyrion,
probably be a good radius. And it's not far enough to reach Terry, but Terry can do whatever Terry wants.
Because I'm trying to stay as away from the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to surround as much of the dragon as I can.
Yeah.
But if anyone wants any positioning, they can do that. So yeah, I'll use one action to extend that, and then I guess put up a shield for the last one. I'm not being aggressive at all. I'm just trying to not die.
Evie, hidden away in the corner, playing it safe.
Maybe.
I mean, as the rangy friend,
I mean,
do y'all need any shots? Wait, I'm trying to see, but it is blinding. Oh, boy.
Going over to this doorway over here, you could probably see like most of your friends through it.
Love that. Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
You stand
seems
next
to
to.
look-
I would like to point out that there is no wall here. That wall's gone. So
Ah,
you're standing next to a door that's like hanging off the hinges on one end, with no
Casey
doorway.
walks through the door.
Knock,
that
knock,
is
That's
anyone home?
definitely. Okay. Does anybody need healing shots?
Shut,
I'm okay.
shut, shut.
Hello.
I took
think-
a bunch of damage, and so did he.
I heard a hello. That seems like a yes to me. Let's whip that one out. Y'all help yourselves. Healing my buds.
Tossing some.
Should I
Just like
assume to
yeeting
target
these.
myself and then click that?
Another one for Rock, Monty, Tiri.
No, can't click it.
I would
If you click the
use
little
one.
dice thing, you'll roll it. A little 3d6 plus 6.
Oh,
I
there we
could use one, but how does it actually work? Could you throw it at me, pass it to me?
Like, do I use up another elixir of life, or can two people help themselves to the same shot?
Nope.
Uh,
One per
Okay.
person.
Be awkward.
One per person. I'm yeeting another one to you, Rocky. Just like through the air, volleyball style.
Oh, it doesn't want to do it.
Brock opens their mouth and catches the whole thing. in his throat.
Just
That's okay,
chomping
that
on that
would.
glass. Just chomp on glass. So that's
Hmm.
two of my acciones. Tiri, you doing okay there, honey?
Relatively
Yes.
speaking, yes, but on an absolute scale, his HP is pretty bad.
Okay.
Argus, what do you do?
I tell
Like,
5 foot
like-
step.
it
Yeah.
looks like he has most of his hit points, but he only has like 58 at most,
mm-hmm.
compared to Rock, who
Fine.
has
This is why
71.
I'm asking.
So,
This is why I'm asking. You just yell, Evie, give me a shot if you need a shot.
Oh, ew.
Argus, there's a non-zero chance you're going to have to eat another breath weapon.
I know.
Well, you hit it, you do damage.
That's one.
Hong Kong Fooey, never gonna live it down.
Here's two. Nope. And I'm gonna, I suppose, cast shield just in case in anticipation.
You throw up a shield. Hopefully that'll work, Tiri.
It's a little bit of damage down.
Right, okay, I'm going to cast Elemental Motion on myself.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Then,
Elemental motion.
right now I have to go.
Where exactly are you going? And why are you going there?
I'm going around.
Oh, you're going the long game, huh?
Yeah,
Let's see. It's a cast time of 1. Oh no, that's Argus's shield. Can you show me elemental motion?
it's a cast time of 2. Oh wait, 2. My bad.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I can only really move like up to around there.
Around there. Let's see. It's fly speed equal to your speed. Well, you also have to go up, so you're more like here.
Okay.
You can see over the environment, so we'll just say that you're around here, just for brevity's sake. You're about 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Enough that you won't get caught in a fire breath, unless it angles it weird. Rock.
Yes. I'm gonna do this. I think I did a while ago. I'm gonna put. I don't have any more of those. Can you remove it from my inventory? Thank you. I'm gonna
Do
put.
your thing. Ba-ba-ba-dow.
If I start using potions, she's gonna start me again.
I can see it from me.
Mhm.
Wait, am I here or here?
I'm gonna use a giant scorpion venom on my blade with my poison action.
Daring. Very daring.
Yeah, I get in front of it.
Remember it happened
And-
last time?
Yeah, is she hitting me? Just so I know before. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Rock
Oh.
is distracted for a moment by putting his weapon
I'm
up.
gonna use my shield. Since no, it's not up anymore.
Your
It
shield
was
will
up there.
shatter
Reset.
instantaneously from that, by the way.
But I won't die. That's a different. That's the different
thing
thing.
saving-
Important part.
You
I
say
can
it. They
reduce it by 10.
you stayed at 5 hit points in that case.
You reduced
No,
by
4.
10 monastery.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock, you are at 4 hit points at the end of this, with your shield completely shattered.
Oh, even with monastery is minus 10.
Yeah. So there's -5 from your shield, -10 from him, which puts you at 4.
Isn't 20 my shield?
No, that's the amount of hit points it has. The hardness is how much it actually
Ah,
uses
okay.
the damage.
So
Yeah.
I am at 4 health.
You stand there watching where you stood turn into this molten like fire just bursts out of it. You feel the sweat on the back of your neck, and ooh, well, Monastery gets in a quick swing with an explosive weapon. Boom. Rock, your last
I-
action, please.
My second action was shield, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You've got it, bud.
Stab or run. Stab or run. I can't run that far away. That's the thing. Stab or run. I'm gonna
Do you
stab
want
her.
to die or do you want to do damage?
I did poison my thingy, so I'm gonna stab her.
Hey.
That was a stab. She
Hey,
does
it
a
is.
fort save.
Very, very handsome. Minus 21 on that, unless something I need to know about. Nope.
And she
Minus
does
21.
a fort save.
No, she doesn't. She interrupted your ability, so that poison ball got whacked out of your hand.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, shiz.
Well,
Yes.
I could use some healing now.
Reaction.
Could you use some healing? It got a crit, so You
Is there
know,
any?
you
Is there any you left to
know,
heal?
you know what it gets on. You know what it gets back when it rolls a critical.
Breathe fire on me, baby.
Draconic
not
Frenzy.
on them, on me.
No, wait, excuse me. I mean Draconic Momentum. Whenever it scores a critical hit, his breath weapon just comes back.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I guess she doesn't want to kill me. She's so mean.
am I not good enough to kill?
I'm gonna use.
Well,
the
Evie,
hero
you're
point.
actually involved in this attack for once.
Oh.
Please roll me a reflex
I'm-
save.
I'm using a hero point to get +4 to this because my reflex is terrible.
I am looking. Okay, reflex save.
30. Hey, I make the save.
Evie takes half.
Hey,
Ba-boom.
yay! God dang it!
Don't know
Oh,
why.
I resist fire, so I take 5 less.
Argus, on the other hand, is just very scorched. It has one action
Is
left
there
because it
anything-
tasted. So, which you know what, Rock? Since you insisted so much on getting hit,
No, I want fire.
Thwack.
Not this. I want. Oh no, miss. Okay, whatever.
hey, don't complain if it works out for you. Monastery,
That's me.
do something quick.
Ah! At
Yeah.
this point.
I have to remove my shield. It's broken. It'd be broken.
It fought well.
I returned.
You have returned.
Yes.
I'm going to step forward. And then. I guess I'll give it an attack just to. I don't think my athletics is going to be good enough to actually land anything. You said it's. What was its reflex from an earlier thing? Pretty sure. Tiri did something.
What did I do?
To just scroll up through the stuff. Kind of cold. There we go. What was its? Its reflex is plus 18, so it'll be a 28 chance to trip. I need to roll 12 or higher. Those are decent odds. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll try and trip it.
I'm a
Yeah.
Titan wrestler.
There we go.
That actually succeeds. You roll onto its stomach with a series of deft maneuvers. Wapow!
Head on the ground. And that's something everyone else can capitalize on because I'm putting my shield up.
Oh.
Handsome. Evie, do something.
Kill. Okay, okay. Time for
Save
ooh
the
rock.
hyena boy.
Throw that
Rock,
frost bomb.
honey.
Oh,
Uh,
you can also go
yeah,
for a heal.
I'm
I'll
definitely
go
gonna
for a
heal.
heal.
Yeah. Okay,
Focus on the
so
dragon.
you go for the heal, and Dragonade. Do I even have a frostbite?
Is that a lemonade with dragonade?
Yes.
Oh, you don't have any frost bombs left. Oh, that's just. Ooh, well,
I don't think I've ever had like frost bomb.
oof. Well
But
then,
I can though give you a nice little blight situation. Well, I would.
It
if I
it
could.
gets a little bleh from that, but still
Just-
hit by
just
the
a
still
little
hit by
bit.
the splash. But
Well, that's
You can use
something.
a hero point to hit
Yeah,
This is
'cause
true.
it's
because it
flat-footed
gives
and
+2.
grapple, and you're in bless
Okay.
range.
Well, then let's do that, honeys.
show me the goods.
Oh my god, what do I do?
Damage.
Ah, the
Those are
mantra.
the goods. As it falls on
That's
the
something.
ground, it roars at the sky, and you hurl a bomb in there. As it lands, the wind is knocked out of it, which creates this bellows effect where it immediately inhales the shards of the bomb as well as the very, very dense cloud of poison. And
Suck it.
you watch it spasm briefly on the ground as the poison almost immediately reaches most of its muscles. And then there's this half. You know how chemical plants have those burning chimneys? That's kind of what happens with his mouth. Like the chemical compounds are burning out of it.
Love
It's
that
dead.
for us.
Oh,
He's dead.
Hell yeah. Good work, buds.
Somebody
I
heal.
was about to say that was easier than expected, but then I see Rock's health.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, that went well. That rock's just a beaten mess on the ground. Just-
Tiri at full health will be instantly destroyed by that critical bite.
Wait, hold on, I forgot. At level 4, it's +32, correct?
It's 8 per level, so yes. If you single target.
Oh, that's a nice heal.
That's a juicy heal.
Big juice.
Oh, thank you. I don't have a shield anymore.
Anyway. You have a little bit of time to organize yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That one's
Get
for
your
me.
I don't have any healing potions. Does anyone have any healing potions? That's the one thing I didn't buy. Fucking
Uh,
There's
Yeah, we
one
had
for
some-
Rock.
We had some in the
I-
bag. I figured. you
I
would have.
have 3 greater elixirs, and I can whip you up a lesser one
Yup.
whenever. So, you know.
That was for you, Argus, or for me, the second one?
This one is for Monastery.
This dragon was worth 80 experience points.
Wow.
Hey.
So
Oh,
you
how
should
much
be
were the-
about
were the
15 away
kilograms?
from. You should be about 15 away. So
This one is for Evie.
Oh wait, how much XP are we on?
I'm just gonna
80.
have a moderate for my last bit of health. There we go. We've got plenty of those.
if I'm correct, you're at 985.
This one is for Tiri.
Hey.
So what was that field of life scroll for, Argus?
For later.
Yeah, for emergencies.
You know, after the final boss is dead.
This was
Thank
the
you,
final boss.
Argy.
Now we're not at that stage yet.
We're
yeah.
not that lucky.
So let's just say you guys get about 10 minutes or so. You get enough time to get your focus back and stuff.
Alright, neat.
A moment to put out some of the smaller fires and contain what there is. Take care of business, you know?
Yes.
When you slowly get a
As
bring
usual.
over the telepathy phone.
I can still actually use it because it only lasts a minute. And
I
it's
know,
basically
mana
10 d8. So
Ring,
why not?
ring, ring.
Let's put
Oh,
that to good use.
You good
I've
boy.
I regurgitate acid quite often, but this time it went up my nostrils. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
I
That
do, I
bites.
don't want to.
God rest in pickles.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Anyway, kids,
You need
now that
to
I'm
get
half dying.
And this is for everyone.
Hey,
Aw.
I mean,
Oh.
you know, this would have been good to spend before everyone started using their potions and shit, because I think everyone's like pretty good right now.
it. Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
we
didn't have to use them
didn't
because I
you?
was healing them.
we didn't use any.
They just
Oh, you
wanted to.
want-
All right,
I didn't use any healing.
all right, gotcha.
Ah.
Point is, monastery. I think you're the one with the telephone in his head.
Yeah.
Bring. Let's
Hello?
see, who is it that contacts you at this point? It's Lord Yarmouth.
It's our buddy.
Monastery.
Huh?
I've just heard report that you have taken down the perilous dragon.
Yeah, I watched it out already.
Yeah.
Notice some of it. But there is dire news indeed. We've been pushed back from the breach as a result of this momentary distraction. We are regrouping on the town square. The enemy is making a move upon it. Now here's the problem. That barricade is not equipped with the men necessary to handle the entire siege coming their direction. We need you to reinforce the location while we keep moving up.
You got it.
Okay.
There should be no problem to you. Just a few average hobgoblins and nothing you can't handle.
Famous last words, but we'll do our best.
We'll send word when we are ready to. Essentially, it's like I'll send you a telepathy message when you should reel up off the marketplace and retreat to the cathedral square, because they're basically pulling back and forming hard points now.
Oh, a telepathist.
Yeah, because as I mentioned, they got through the breach, so the enemy's in the city. So the barricades that they've set up are now providing this opportunity to set themselves up, take as many out, plink them as they go. But
Good.
they won't hold forever. And
Let's go.
so we enter another exciting area.
Love that for us.
You move through the streets. It's getting ever darker, which is to say that it's now just the moonlight. And without the town burning around you, it's a lot harder to tell, there's not as much light. Eventually, you make your way to a barricade-off section that protects the large market square.
Le gasp.
A lion of brindle sits atop the barricade in front, peeking up ahead at armies that flick in and out of the darkness through the streetlights. High atop a rooftop sits an individual you're not too familiar with, but they seem to be keeping a watch out over the street as well. A group of militia and volunteer who, honestly, compared to you, are absolutely useless. Thanks to 2E's numerical business. They're also quite shaken and like emotionally in turmoil, because tonight, to be specific, it's just very bad. They're
they
not having a
healthy?
good time.
Do they need?
Or are they just shaken?
They need a pep talk or something.
Yeah, I think they're gonna need more than just a little pep talk. Also, as I mentioned, they're not that useful compared to you guys.
It's for role-playing purposes. Are they healthy or are they like damaged and all?
They're fine. They're fine for as much as they can be. Their emotional wounds are far deeper than the physical cuts and bruises they've suffered.
Oh, poor
Seen
buds.
some shit.
Now, are those the enemies down the street?
Those are the ones that'll be showing up soon. Like, off in the distance, you can see small clusters of lower-level mooks gathering up and organizing. They're planning to make their big pushes soon.
All right, fair enough.
Manticores have now reached the city and are starting to circle and dive into the streets. The objective of this mission is not quite what you think it is. It is not just to kill them. It is to stop them from getting past the barricade, which is their primary objective.
Yes.
They don't care much about you. They'll fight you if they need to get past you, but otherwise they just care about getting past the street. And if too many do that, won't work out for you.
I'm going to prepare immediately to cast a spell the moment I see them. So that's prepare an action.
So how does everyone else... we can end it here for today if you want to, and leave this for the next time.
I mean, what's your
I'm down to
projected?
continue today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
sounds
this
everyone
one
else.
more.
I'm okay
This
with
one
it.
more rumble.
Seffi, are you down? Because you have
This
another
is
game.
this is a rather a bit longer. It's a bit wave-based, so...
Oh, yeah, let's do
These
it
are not
next.
the only guys. Let me just put it like this: there are at least like 4 more waves of people. Actually, 3, because you took care of one of the ghost wave.
Yes.
In case you wanted to know all the payoff for the work you've done, there's like 2 waves that you cut out. One involving a bunch of green spawn and one involving a bunch of ghosts.
Good.
Oh shit! Nice.
Which also means that because the amount of people that need to make it through here for you to lose this encounter means it's also harder to lose. So hey, double whammy. You know, you do that thing with your fist where like double whammy, or however kids do it nowadays. But anyway, next time, the fights in the streets of Brindle continue and progress.
Yes.
Yay!
Man, I really like how
Yay.
Eevee's and Monastery's night vision looks like the black and white in the darkness. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It has a limited range, which it shouldn't. You should have infinite. But I'll just give you 120 on both.
Just to preview what's going to be happening for the next, like, bunch of turns.
Fear.
Fear, fear, fear. Love that.
Gotta get spooky.
Spooky,
Oh, boy.
scary, cool. Anyway, you guys can give yourself a level up if you want to. You're gonna need it because, and I'm gonna
Oh,
take that as an
okay.
excuse to beef up these rewards a bit because they're mostly mooks, compared to you at least. This is like you're literally standing in front of the army Welcome.
Long time coming.
It's a long time coming that you'd stand in front of the armory proper and have to deal with. I mean, you might even meet that Bahir that you saw a while ago. I hope he shows up.
Oh wow.
Guest appearance from Mr. Bahir.
Guest
Okay,
appearance.
let's take a look what I get at this level.
So level 9 is for everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I got a ton of stuff.
You get this
Where
is
do we see that?
5th level spells. Actually, let's pull up your alchemist stuff. Don't forget, you can now make 9th level alchemical items, which includes that moderate elixir. Let's see.
Yes, please.
You gain alchemical expertise, alertness, ancestry feat, nope, double brew, and skill increase. So, let me just look over those real fast so I can tell you what you get. Your proficiency rank in the class DC goes up to expert. That's nice. Not too useful. Your perception goes up, so you can now have better initiative. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Here's the fun one. Double brew.
Yeah.
You know your formula so well that you can concoct 2 items at once. When you're using quick alchemy, so you use that action to make random items out of those limited resources you have every day, you make 2 items
Yeah.
instead of 1.
Oh hell yeah.
So you can make 2 bombs and then huck 2 bombs, or make 2 healing potions and be like, "Here you go, pals."
So that's a double.
So yes, double. So any item you can make with your quick alchemy, you can make 2 of instead of 1.
Hell yeah.
So remember how when you prepare for your daily preparations and you were to make, say, healing potions and stuff, you made 3 of them instead of 2? So, okay, this is very complicated. There are 3 ways an alchemist can make things. Quick alchemy is one of them. They can prepare them during the day, and then they can prepare them, but they're part of their field surgery. So you're a surgeon. When you make elixirs of life during daily preparation, you create 3 instead of 2. Because if you prepare an item, you make 2 of them instead of 1, which is quick alchemy. So now your quick alchemy is as good as your daily preparations, except for elixirs of life. So again, if you're like, I need some bombs on the go, you just make 2 bombs, you hand them out to your friends. Here you go, friend. Or healing potions. I don't know. Make what you want. And you hand it out to everyone. You're a generous dwarf with a big keg of ale. But the ale is death.
Here is a sign of my affection. It's something.
It's
definitely
rosewater.
a substance.
It's a common aromatic of the era. Ooh.
Mm.
But yes, that's what you get. You can make better items, which includes that moderate potion. Everyone also gets a skill feat, a skill increase. You can make a skill better if you want to.
Oh.
So what kind of increases can you do at 9th? No, it's level 15 where you can go for legendary. You can make a skill master.
Oh. That
I
would
know
be
what one
useful.
I'm doing.
Thierry gets big fireball.
Oh.
Yeet.
Oh, it automatically scales now. Nice.
Ooh. Oh, whoa.
So
I
I
think-
don't need to.
Okay, I think I shall make bombs my master thing.
No. You can't increase your weapon
No?
proficiencies. That happens on its own.
Oh,
according to your
okay.
level.
Okay.
So
So it's only.
the things above your martial proficiency. So your core skills and your lower
Okay,
skills.
thanks. Okay, thank you.
So you can become a master in medicine. You'll be a real doctor. I'm a real
I'm
doctor.
getting my PhD now. Okay.
Argus also gets the fat heals with his plus 40s.
Yes.
The thick ones.
Argus, I need a booster shot. He takes out a very big syringe.
Hey, guess what?
You get resolve too. Your morale can hardly be broken.
Oh.
Oh. I can't believe he's become a fire and brimstone man. Let's see what happens to our rogue. Our rogue experiences debilitating. Oh, I know about that one. That one's nasty. So, whenever Rock hits someone who is flat-footed and he deals damage, he can make them slower, give him a -10-foot speed penalty until the end of your next turn, or he can make them enfeebled 1, which is like not great, but when you're standing real close to someone, it's not bad. Look at that monastery with his big fort saves.
Why can I get a wall of flesh?
Why wouldn't you want to get Wall of Flesh?
Yeah, just who doesn't want a wall of flesh?
It's the latest craze of the future.
A reflex
That's
save
a-
also gets better, and my retributive strike gets a little bit better.
I just want to point this out. When you cast a spell, you can give it one of the following features. You can give it eyes, arms, or a mouth.
Aw,
Oh my god.
googly eyes.
The mouths are capable of consuming potions, so you can heal the
Oh,
wall by
fuck,
feeding it.
I need to go.
Bye
I just
bye.
gave it
I'm
like
sorry, guys. I'm leaving.
like a
Bye.
dragon's breath potion.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
The wall,
Bye.
your wall sprouts unblinking eyes, which you can see through, or it gets arms and it keeps grabbing everyone nearby.
That sounds terrifying.
Argus can also take the spell if he wants to, because it's also the divine list. It's on just about everyone's list, but arcane. Everyone gets this one. Hmm.
And I mostly just get upgrades to like all my rolls and stuff, which is nice. Fortitude, reflex, athletics, and
Uh-huh.
retributive
Okay.
strike gets better.
I think I know what I'm gonna do with this spell.
Also, and this is just a quick warning for the spellcasters in the group, do not use wall spells to delay the enemy. They can wait.
I'm not going to be delaying them. I'm gonna be closing them in with me so they don't run away.
Well, that's a great... just understand this. They can wait. This is a siege that takes place over the whole night. They can wait a minute for your spell to wear out.
Yes, but they rush up to us. I create the wall of flesh behind them, and then I go and punch them. Or cast fear.
Delightful.
Or both.
Monastery, master of athletics. I mean, he tripped a dragon.
Multiple times, I might add.
He's a fucking
That
titan
one-
wrestler.
That one dragon, the previous one we fought, the one before that.
Where did monastery go? Where are you on this map?
Unfortunately,
am
I'm
I?
only expert.
I'm with everyone else. I'm right here.
Oh, you were under...
Oh,
There's a spider atop of you.
ah. Piggybacking the baby.
Staffy
can-
Taffy.
I can
Yes.
get banishment.
What does alchemical expertise do?
It increases
a-
your class DC, but I forgot what it actually does for you.
Okay.
I think there's like...
Okay then.
yeah.
Okay, and ancestry feat. That's a what
Yeah,
now?
we're not-
No, that's
We're
not
not
relevant. We're not using those.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm just reading from the site and I'm like,
Uh,
is all of that?
Powerful alchemy. When you use quick alchemy to create an alchemical infused item that allows a saving throw, you change this DC to your class DC. Which theoretically means that if Evie wants to learn to make poison, she can make poisons for rock that have a higher DC than normal. Downside, of course, being that I think quick alchemy things only last like a round. Quick alchemy. Remains only potent until the start of your next turn. So theoretically, yes, you can make a poison that's better than normal poisons for him if you want to. But you also get 2 recipes. What kind of recipes would be good at this level? Let's take a look-see.
Let us indeed do that.
Let's take a
Let's see.
look-see. Bombs, poisons, tools.
Oh, hey, my AC went up a point as well, so now I have 34 AC.
Nice.
Where did that... 34?
With my shield.
Oh, I was wondering what the fuck, man.
I'm only 29.
Honestly, at this point, you don't need the shield when fighting mooks. You just stand there and they just bounce off of you. Let's see.
They
Now
can
that you are
still-
now that you
right.
are level. Oh, what is a metal mist sphere? This pocket a small fragments of thunderstones with oh my! It literally creates a mist of ooh. Oh, that's cool. A metal mist sphere does damage to creatures that are weak to certain types of metal, like werewolves and so forth. That's pretty cool.
It
like that.
is.
Anyway, you now have, now that you're level 9, you can pick Cold Iron Blanche, moderate. Ooh. Or you can make body recovering kits. You can learn that formula. It's just like gentle roll pose, but for body. I don't think you're too interested in either of those though. You could make Lich Dust, Spider Root, or Sight Theft Grit. What? Contacts.
It's pocket sand.
List fucking pocket sand. But made
That's
from
what
some
the-
dead dude who's really angry. There's Elixir of Life Moderate, which, again, 5d6 plus 12. Mwah.
That's
And when you use
nice
quick...
juice.
And when you prepare them during the day, you can make 3 for every reagent you have, which is your level plus intelligence, which I think is like 11? So you could make 33 of those. And if you want to make them on the go, leave those reagents available for later. You can make a Greater Cheetah's Elixir. 10-foot speed bonus for 1 hour. Oof. Nice, nice. Bombs. Any new bombs at 9th? Nope. At 11th.
I think Evie's battery died.
Well then, we'll figure this out some other day. Can I get a link to the options? Sure. I'll take care of that. Oh, no, don't, no. Gosh darn it. I'm such a dingy. Elixir of Life Moderate. Oh, no, I don't want to gift someone Nitro. Why are you so aggressive
Hey.
about this?
I'm a master in will saves. That's neat.
Yeah, I'm a master in fortitude. We're master buddies.
I became expert in reflex.
I got that as well. Finally. Reflex still isn't good though.
Oh gosh, my mouse is acting up.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's the
There we
browser.
go.
It's the browser.
Oh.
So, Sassy, how did today's session go?